Misfits and dope addicts are here.
Lisa in Orem says you're a bunch of hippies. There aren't any hippies in Orem, but
not in Orem.
You guys are just a bunch of hippies.
Good luck with that. Come on, people now. Good luck with that.
Yep.
Jesse Colin Young, the Youngbloods, died over the weekend. He was 83. The Youngbloods, that was the Youngbloods. They had the biggest hit with that song. They didn't write it. I was kind of thought he wrote it. No, it was written by
some other hippie.
Chet Powers, who goes by the stage name Dino Valente of the band Quicksilver Messenger Service.
Oh.
Which was a psychedelic band of the 60s. He wrote it and they did it, but it just didn't catch. And then Jesse Colin Young for a time in the 60s. And it's a lovely song and a lovely sentiment, and it makes me just depressed and angry. And Belinda Carlisle did a version of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Stephanie says the Indigo Girls do a good version of
it. There are lots of people who've recorded it. Every hippie you could think of has recorded it. Jefferson Airplane and Richie Havens, Joni Mitchell. Carol Burnett and Nancy Wilson did it on the Carol Burnett show as a duet.
Well, that's not funny. What'd she do that for?
Who's this?
Everybody get together, try to
Indigo Girls.
No.
No?
This is Ann Wilson, Nancy Wilson, Winona, and Deanna Carter.
Some will come and some may go. It will surely pass.
And there's Jesse Colin Young.
That's
him.
What we just played.
This is another version of it that he did.
And there's the Byrds.
Oh, of course.
Make the mountains ring, or make the angels cry. Know the dove is on the wing, and you.
Oh, let's see.
Man.
Well, this sounds different.
Come on. Kick in.
What?
That's not it.
That's not it. That's Madonna.
No, yeah.
There's Indigo Girls.
People now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now.
And there's Dino Valente.
Yeah, that's the original, the guy who wrote it.
The song we sing, and fear's the way we die. You can make the mountains rain, or make the angels cry.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. I mean, the lyrics are great.
Hey people, now smile on your brother, let me see you get together.
Sounds like the Kingston Trio or something.
Jefferson Airplane.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Dave Clark 5 did it.
I haven't found that one yet.
They used it in that song was used in a PSA in the 60s for the National Conference of Christians and Jews. As a PSA pleading for everybody to get together.
How'd that work out?
As 450 people were killed in the bombing of Gaza last night. So
Yep.
that's how it worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It hasn't worked out well.
No.
Because you know what?
What?
We're filthy human beings. We are filthy, awful human beings who can't. We can't get anything together, much less come on, people. Now let's get together. I better not. I better not because I feel very grim and kind of at the end of my rope.
Yeah.
But good news is I'm going tomorrow. I won't be here because I'm getting my ear cut off.
Are you going to be gone the whole show then? You decided?
Yeah, because I gotta be up there at 9.
Have we talked about bringing Nick in, or?
Katie will talk to Nick.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to get my ear cut off tomorrow. So
Take it.
Well, then you won't hear any more of this bad news.
what?
Exactly.
That's yeah, they're just, it's a little, they say expect to be there. They got to take a little bit of cancer off the tip of the top edge of my ear. They say expect to be there anywhere from 40 minutes to 5 hours.
Just depends.
You know.
Yeah. Just depends on how much we have to take. I'm expecting the worst. But fortunately, my hair's long, so you can't see my ear anyway.
And you wear headphones all day, every day.
That's right.
So
Oh, gee, I wonder if I can wear headphones on Thursday when I come back. I'll have to do the one ear thing.
Oh, that's a good
Probably.
question.
like a club DJ. That's
Yeah.
how they do it.
Yeah, that's what I'll. I'm really looking forward to it.
We'll see.
It'll be a break.
All right, there we go. That's good enough.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
You betcha. Now we'll take a break and then we'll come back. And wouldn't you like to check in with us? Come on, people, now. Let's get together. Let's get together with check-ins and love one another, shall we? 877-602-9696. That's the number to call and check in with the Radio from Hell show. And you can text us at 33986. And, yeah, it's snowing like hell out there.
UDOT has put out this warning, which is interesting. Please delay travel this morning. They're anticipating 1 to 4 inches of road snow on I-15 from Ogden to Provo. If possible, delay your travel until after 9 a.m. or take transit to give crews time to clear roads. If you must travel, be prepared and plan ahead. Yes, Bill.
Why didn't we do that? Why we should have delayed our travel until 9 o'clock. What the hell?
The show would be mostly over.
Yeah.
Good news is maybe people are heeding that because I don't have any accidents to tell you about just yet. But
you wait.
Utah, Salt Lake, Davis, Weber counties, blowing snow and slush are out there. Slow down, use caution. That's traffic for now.
All right, thank you very much. We'll do the check-ins coming.
Notes?
Okay, here we go. So when Bill Frost comes in and recommends TV shows, I try to check some of them out, and I thought I would watch The Big Brunch, hosted by Dan Levy. It's it's a cooking competition where it's horrible.
Really?
What's wrong with it?
It's just awful. The people on it are awful. The way it's set up is awful. He's just not a really great host. Now I just watched one, and maybe it settles in and gets a little better.
Okay.
But
I think you just hate brunch. That's what I think. You are a brunchist.
A brunchist.
You know, you really shouldn't say things like that without having seen it.
When was the last time you went to brunch?
I don't brunch very often.
This is my point.
But Dan Levy seems to believe
Levy,
that brunch
like Eugene
is it Levy?
Levy? It's
oh,
Eugene
it's Levy.
Levy.
Yeah. Dan Levy seems to believe that brunch can solve all your problems.
Well,
I don't disagree with him.
It's really.
I
not
think
good.
you're brunching wrong.
Why don't you do me a favor and watch the show? It has nothing to do with me and my relationship to
I
brunch.
think it might have everything to do with your relationship
It doesn't.
with brunch.
I don't have anything against brunch.
As a matter
I'm
of fact,
not a brunchist.
He's writing a book called In Defense of Brunch. He's working. I saw him working on that.
I've got a hunch that brunch is just fine. No, I don't have anything against brunch. I'll go to a brunch. It's not something that I
bet
do
you'd
often.
complain about a brunch.
Don't try me.
What?
I'll go to a brunch.
What do you mean I complain about
I
a
bet
brunch?
it would not meet your your needs. The brunch.
What? What are you talking about? If it was a brunch of nothing but liver, yes, that would not be good.
Who would do that though?
Nobody.
Like because there's brunch buffets, but then there's just a brunch where you order off the menu.
Yeah, I don't think that's brunch.
Ordering off the menu doesn't count as brunch.
I don't
it
think
has
so.
to be a buffet.
I think kind of.
No,
Yeah.
I disagree.
I think it has to be a buffet.
Some of the more wonderful brunches I've had were off the menu.
No, but you don't, because when you go to a brunch, you want to be able to
You go to the omelet
graze.
station?
Yeah, go to the omelet station. Go, and usually they'll have a roast beef.
When I go to brunch, I don't want to get up from my table. I want everything brought to me as though I am the king.
So we have our own theories about brunch, but nevertheless, the show The Big Brunch sucks.
Yes, that's what we're.
Well,
it really does.
Okay. Well, now I have to watch it. And see.
I'm not a brunchist. The judges are terrible. It's just not good.
What are they judging? The food?
Yeah, now what we want you to do here is we want you to make an egg dish that represents your personality and your goals in life. What? That's
Okay, scrambled's out.
really. I mean, everything is every dish that they do is kind of geared that way.
Well, you're poached, Bill, clearly.
We want you to make an egg dish that tells us about your past. What?
Historical eggs?
I mean, that's what it's like, and it's terrible. It's a terrible show.
I like
brunch just fine.
Now, if I were a good morning radio DJ, I'd be writing a parody song right now, done to the tune of "King of Pain" by the Police, "King of Brunch."
King of Brunch.
Because I am the king of brunch.
Yes.
There's a pitcher of mimosas on the table today.
The same old.
Yeah.
I would. Well, I'm not a very good morning DJ.
No. Well, you need time to do these things.
No. All right.
Three 986.
All right, 6:21. Let's get this over with.
Okay, that guy said. Carrie, Bill, and Gina really want to hear from you. We do. 877-602-9696 is the number. You can also text us at 33986. Do we have a sponsor?
Burt Brothers Tire and Service and Tire Busters. Stop by your nearest shop. Get the tires and auto care you need.
The moon is 84.7% of full. It is a waning gibbous moon. The moon will set today at 9:14 a.m., today being Tuesday. It's the 18th day of March in the year of our Lord, Jesus Christ, 2025. It's National 3D Day.
Oh.
Like in 3D movies. National Sloppy Joe Day.
Ooh.
I love a Sloppy Joe. Man.
I haven't had one in ages.
National Lacy Oatmeal Cookie Day.
Lacy?
Yeah, it's you've seen them. They kind of, sort of, I don't know, they're light and airy and have kind of spaces in them.
All right.
And it's Awkward Moments Day. You know, the awkward moments like you get up in front of the class and you realize that you've got a stain on your pants, or you are walking past a girl you think is really cool and you trip. Awkward Moments Day. And this is the official morning show of Awkward Moments. It's Radio from Hell, starring the Lords of Morning Radio. Kerry Jackson right there, putting on his work hat. I'm Awkward Bill Allred. Over there is Gina Barberi, occasionally awkward, but usually demure and, well, not demure.
I mean, thank you, but
You're just one of the guys. And Katie for short is our fine producer. And who's there? Maya. Hi, Maya. And we also have a dog in there. There he is, Vax.
He's all curled up, ready to go.
All right. And it's still snowing like
Oh
crazy
yeah,
out there.
it's gonna start really snowing here.
It'll be all day. This is an
Yeah.
all day event.
So weren't we supposed to stay home? That's what the National
We're
Weather
here
Service
already.
said. Oh, okay.
I think that means we have to stay here and sleep here tonight. That's what.
All right.
All right, let's begin. We'll start with Tom.
Hey, Tom, where are you?
Good morning.
Where are you,
I'm in
Tom?
Salt Lake, getting ready to go to work.
What do you do?
Salt Lake. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I manufacture products.
Okay.
What sort of
Manufactured
products do
products.
you manufacture?
Right now, I'm doing windows.
Okay. And are you going to drive to work? I guess you have to, huh?
Yeah, I drive to work. I'm out by the International Center right now.
Is it bad out there?
Pulled over to talk to you guys.
Are the
Pretty
roads
bad.
Yeah.
It's coming and going. It's like all of a sudden now that I'm talking to you, there's not much snow, but it's coming in waves. It's like it's moving around.
Yeah. So Tom, did you have
Guess
something?
what?
Did you have something specific you wanted to say?
I finished my Nielsen survey.
Oh,
I don't.
no,
Wait
no,
a
no,
minute.
we can't-
Stop.
Stop.
We can't
Stop.
talk to you about that.
Stop.
We're not allowed.
We can't.
I'm hanging up on you now.
We can't.
We
don't.
love
Tom,
you, but we can't talk.
We love you, but we can't talk
Don't-
about that.
yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
big no-no in the radio
Exactly,
world.
Tom.
Yeah, against the
okay.
rules. But,
Sorry.
So
but have a great day, and we appreciate it very much.
Yes, sorry.
I don't appreciate anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
I just mean that you're listening to the show.
Thank you for your call.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you want an explanation of what just happened there, go ask your mother.
Yeah. Google it. Let's see. Bus driver Troy checking in. Pipe and wire guy Chuck checking in from Stansbury Park. Levi from Coachella Valley knows me as McDrunkies.
Okay.
All right, I'm glad friends of the program are finding each other. Let's see, Right Wing Wade. Mike in Nashville checking in, hauling ass on Pettis Road this morning. The Big Mountain version was amazing.
Oh, Big Mountain. The band Big Mountain doing Come Together.
Zane of Dallas checking in. Wife will be in the hospital for a while.
Oh, man.
Does Don in Denver drink Mill Creek coffee?
Yes.
Really?
I don't know. Is Denver allowed to drink coffee?
Don or Denver. I
Yeah.
I was mixing that up. Denver drinks. He likes coffee, but Don, of course, he can't.
Yeah.
So he has a cup of Sanka every once in a while.
Okay. Let's see. Data Dave checking in. Patrick, the friendly neighborhood middle school teacher, checking in. Drive into school should be an adventure. Tree of Maine, hope it goes better than you planned, Bill.
Yeah.
Sardine Canyon sucks. Stay out of it. Heber, clear and dry.
Oh, really? That's one of the
interesting.
only places. Clear and dry.
You'll get it, though, Heber.
Oh, you'll get it,
Oh,
Heber.
you will.
They're calling it a statewide event. It'll be everywhere.
Yeah. Sid wants to know, should I work from home or drive into work in Research Park?
I mean, I don't know how far a drive you have.
Work
Sid,
from
but-
home if you can.
Yeah. Johnny B checking in, listening while enjoying a big slice of Little America chocolate nosh cake with girlfriend to start off our 8-year anniversary day.
Oh, happy anniversary.
Mishak of Erda checking in. The weather's good here. Well, it is for now. Perry City listener checking in. Finally was able to use my telescopic snow scraper on my tall truck. I had to use a footstool to clean the snow because I'm not tall at all. Let's see. Trying to stream your show. Huge commercial set playing instead of farting around. Well, I don't know how the stream, works, but we should be there. April in American Fork checking in. Louise of Harrisburg, PA. Mikkel of Reno. No snow here. Well, of course.
You're on the other side of it.
Yep. Let's see. Meg the Musician checking in. Great Morning Music School. Love the song. I'm with Bill. The song makes me sad.
Yeah.
Tyler the Trash Man checking in. Just got our boys back from Disneyland trip. It rained 2 of the 3 days there. Yeah, I heard about that. Woodworker Willie, slipping and sliding in North Salt Lake. Tristan in the most west of Jordan's checking in. Let's see. I took extra time to drive to Centerville from Huntsville. Took me 41 minutes instead of 36.
That's not so bad.
Worst part of the summit of Trapper's Loop by Snow Basin. Ella the nanny checking in. Chef Roy checking in. Made it to work at 5 this morning, safe and sound. Minnie Michelle checking in. FDC checking in. That was a close one, guys. Tracy in Syracuse. Very wet snow coming down hard. Let's see. No idea what you guys are talking about. I'm driving down the 605 in Pasadena. Dry as a bone. A.R. Lugumbi saying, hey. Chris driving a lift in Salt Lake. Wish you could please explain what the hell just happened.
We can't.
We can't.
We really.
Then, yeah.
You can't discuss how your ratings are measured with
Yeah.
anybody.
I can't.
You can't
because
do it.
of what we do.
Yeah.
We can't talk with people about it. All right. Traffic, please.
Well, heavy snow early morning with lake effect snow expected the rest of the day. 6 to 10 inches expected in the upper canyons. Lower canyons expecting maybe 1 to 2 feet maybe of snow. Utah, Salt Lake, Davis, Weber counties, you've got blowing snow and slush on the roadways. Slow down and use caution. UDOT's actually saying if you don't have to be out driving this morning, don't be. As our friend of the program that called in said, it's going to come in waves throughout the day today. Right Wing Wade says checking in from I-15 delays on I-15 and I-80. You're going to expect some of that. It's not terribly cold out.
No.
So it's not. It is kind of more slushy than anything.
Up on the benches where I live, it's kind of pretty snowy. And then as I came into town, it was just more slush.
And it's weird. My backyard is snow. My front yard, snow.
But
Not so much. It's strange.
Fight mold, germs, and odors with a UV light air purifying system from our trusted friends at Larson HVAC and Plumbing. To save $300 on a new UV light air purifier, click larsonhvac.com/X96.
All right. We got some messages and a song for you. It's an On This Day song. Also, Big Boy News right after that. And right after news, Frank Christ presents the Dead Celebrity Game. We'll explain how to play, what you'll win coming up. Randlife.com/X96.
Randlife. Oh, really? Okay. All right. Randlife.
Oh, I'm a little early.
That's okay. Randlife, have you been dreaming of a new home but worried about finding the right mortgage rate? Well, then you don't have to worry about it anymore. Do what I did. Get a hold of Randlife and get a mortgage. Their home loans, they've got you covered. They just slashed their rate to a 3.25% on a 3-in-1 adjustable rate mortgage for FHA and VA loans. That's 3.25% on 5.983 APR. Now that means you could borrow up to $190,000 more than you could. At the current market rate. So that's really amazing. Let Randlife tell you how it all works. You could get a bigger house, a better location. Maybe you could put in a pool. Who knows? Don't wait. Turn your dream into an address with Randlife. Visit randlife.com/X96. Learn about their incredible new low rates. That's randlife.com/X96. Why don't you, my friend, let Randlife help you unlock the door to your perfect home?
Don't miss a single moment of the radio from
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
Maybe you're thinking about planning your spring break trip or your summer trip.
I am.
Any ideas?
Yeah. I'm going to Puerto Vallarta.
You are.
Yeah.
Puerto Vallarta.
Good choice. Good choice.
This is the list of places, the famous places
Okay.
that people that have been there said don't bother. So this will be helpful.
Okay.
Number 1, the Hollywood Walk of Fame in L.A.
Why? I think it's fascinating.
Is
it?
Yeah.
Because it's not only underwhelming, but there are pushy street performers.
Yes, there are.
and people trying to get you to get your picture taken
Yes, there are.
with them.
The Pushy Street performers are entertaining.
Is that
And the
you don't find that annoying?
And just the amazing number of stars, and it's interesting to go walking down there and say, I don't even know who that is.
Oh, so that thrill of confusion is exciting.
I like
for
it.
you, right?
I like
Okay.
it. I've enjoyed being there.
All right.
I wouldn't go back necessarily, but
the Alamo.
I've been there.
There's no basement, apparently.
There is not a basement.
And the thing about the Alamo is it's a monument to where the Mexicans kicked our ass.
Yeah.
And it's very small.
Yeah,
they
it
say
is.
it takes, if you make that a destination, it takes you about 5 minutes to
Really?
walk.
Remember the Alamo.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that small.
It's very small, and you're like, okay.
I mean, I had no plans to go there, but
Miami Beach, which we've
we've
there.
been to, and yes.
This says it's a constant parade of ostentatious, arrogant people.
Yeah.
Luxury cars,
Yeah.
exorbitant prices,
Yeah.
nightclubs that you can't get into.
That was the thing. You couldn't get into nightclubs. I would like to go to a drag show down there, though.
Like the Birdcage?
Yeah, like something like that. But
I thought it was very colorful and entertaining.
The Mona Lisa at the Louvre.
yeah,
Everyone thinks they need to go see the Mona Lisa at the Louvre, and there's 1 million people
Yeah.
there, and it's smaller than you would think.
yeah.
I've seen the Mona Lisa twice, once at the Louvre and once at the Metropolitan Museum in New York City. And I enjoyed seeing it both times.
This is going to be your attitude about all these?
Well, so far,
Yeah. He was mad because we didn't pick his list.
no, I read through that list a little bit more. It was terrible.
The Liberty Bell at Independence Hall. I haven't been there.
I've had no desire to go, but
I don't have any desire to go there either.
You have to wait in line to see it.
yeah.
They say the lines are really long, and once you see it, it's like, oh, okay.
Wait a minute. The lines are really long for a reason.
It's historical. The Tower of London.
Which we've been to.
They say, again, long lines and a limited time allotted for visiting the jewels. So the crown jewels are
Yeah, I thought that was all pretty fascinating, too. I liked it.
let's see. The London Eye, that's the big
Was not there when we were there
No.
last.
the big Ferris wheel.
Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
Again, it takes hours.
Apparently. That's what I've been told, yeah.
It's-
Because it moves so slowly.
Yeah, because you think
Yeah.
about every time it comes down, it's got to let people off.
Ferris
and-
wheels are dumb in general for that very reason.
I mean, they say it's a good. Once you get to the top, it's a good
Kind of cool,
view, but it's
yeah.
also expensive.
Yeah.
Bill,
What?
Mount Everest
Yeah.
is on the list. They say
No, wait a minute.
Huh? Let's hear.
an individual who contributed to this list discussed Mount Everest, expressing anxiety about the inherent risks of traveling to the summit. They argue that the risks don't outweigh, or the joy of being there doesn't outweigh the
for
risk
going
of-
up to the top of
Yeah.
Mount Everest. Yeah, I have read so much about that over the years, and I would never want to do that.
Now you
But
went
the-
to base camp.
The trip there is magnificent, and the culture, just it's such a different culture than Western culture, and it's incredible.
Let's see, the Little Mermaid in Copenhagen, the statue.
Yeah.
It's just a little statue out in
I
the
can see
harbor.
that,
Yeah. If you make that as destination, you're like, oh, it's just a.
If I happen to catch it out of the corner of my eye, that would be okay.
So there you go. Don't go to any of those. Although Bill would like you to go to all of those places. I think.
I don't know. I've had a good experience with all of that.
Well, I enjoyed the Louvre, but the Mona Lisa was a little underwhelming. Yeah.
I was surprising that it was so small. I saw it in New York first. It was on loan, and it was surprising that it was so small. But I did get up close to it. It's actually not called the Mona Lisa. It's called the official title is like "Woman on a Balcony" or something like that. That's what Da Vinci called it. But,
Where did Mona Lisa come from?
I don't know.
Because, yeah, I took, when we were in Paris last, I said to my wife and her brother, we got to go to the Louvre. I'm telling you guys, we got to go to the Louvre. And we get going through it, And about 45 minutes in, they're like, okay, we're done. I'm like, we haven't even gotten to the Egyptian stuff downstairs yet.
No?
Nope, we're done.
You hate art? Is that what you're telling me?
That's
You
what I
hate
said.
art.
Yeah.
I said, okay, greatest works art on the planet. Okay, fine.
To go back to the Girl Scout cookies, they have tried to change the name of Samoa's to Caramel Delights, and the reason is political correctness, as I surmised.
See, I never went there. I always thought it was because I want Samoa.
Yeah,
Some more.
Yeah, that's the reason.
Oh, okay, whatever. They're still delicious. They're still my favorite. All right.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
All right. On this day in 1997, Daft Punk released Around the World, the second single from their debut studio album, Homework. There you go. All right, time for some big boy news. Right after that, it's Frank Christ Presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine. The Dead Celebrity Game. Going to give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities are just fine. One of them is dead. If you pick the dead one correctly, you're going to win
Tickets to see Snow Patrol March 28th at the Union.
All right, so line up to get those tickets, 877-602-9696. If you want to play the game and win those tickets, get in as soon as possible, 877-602-9696. Right after this, Big Boy News and Appenuendo, brought to you by...
News making you feel like you need to flee the country? Travel Club 365 can help. From cruises and all-inclusives to bucket list adventures, your local travel pros can plan it all for every budget. All with no planning fees. Give Travel Club 365 a call or text 801-441-0102. That's 801-441-0102. TravelClub365.com.
Thank you.
See, that's Travel Club
You have to wait till after the show, Bill.
365.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I got that.
Yeah.
John F. Kennedy's grandson, assassinated President John F. Kennedy, his grandson, Jack Schlossberg, has continued trolling his relative, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., via Instagram. But this time, his target was not RFK Jr., the Health and Human Services Secretary known for promoting conspiracy theories about vaccines, but it was Kennedy's wife, former Curb Your Enthusiasm cast member Cheryl Hines. Hey, Cheryl Hines, it's Jack Schlossberg. I just got out of the shower. I think he's referring to that stupid Instagram thing they did with Bobby Jr. in the shower, and she was promoting some cosmetics or something. Says, I just got out of the shower, and we've never met, but I got a favor to ask. What I need you to do is call up the family of that kid who died of measles and say sorry.
Oh.
Can you do that for me, babe? After saying that almost every single case of measles is in someone who is not vaccinated. Schlossberg said he thought Cheryl Hines would be the perfect person to say sorry. I applaud his actions. Well, Israel launched a surprise wave of overnight strikes in Gaza early Tuesday, killing more than 410 people, Palestinians, and injuring hundreds more, according to Gaza health officials, and raising the prospect of a full resumption of war after a nearly 2-month ceasefire. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz said that the attacks targeted Hamas and launched because the group was refusing to release more hostages captured in the October 7th, 2023 attack on Israel. The Israeli strikes come hours after Israeli negotiators returned from a round of talks in Egypt aimed at reaching a new deal for releasing hostages and jump-starting discussions on a permanent end of war. If Hamas does not release all of the hostages, the gates of hell will open in Gaza, Defense Minister Katz said. Utah Governor Spencer Cox says he supports President Trump's recent cuts to the Department of Education, and he backs the president's plan to dismantle the federal department entirely. Now, he announced his position not here in Utah.
Of course.
Not on the Deseret News, not in the Salt Lake Tribune.
Nope.
Not on KSL. No, he did it in a conservative news outlet, the Washington Examiner, based in Washington, D.C., in an opinion piece published Monday. Quote, "If we're serious about improving education, it's time for a thoughtful, common-sense discussion about winding down the department altogether," Cox wrote. That's why it's encouraging to see President Donald Trump and newly confirmed Secretary of Education
God,
Linda McMahon
he's just gone, isn't he?
She's the wrestling lady. You're happy with the wrestling
reducing the
lady.
role of the Department of Education and returning power where it belongs, to states and local communities. The piece was published about 2 weeks after Cox and other state Republican leaders announced a series of public education investments, including a $1,400 raise for public school teachers. "We see you, we recognize you," Cox said to public educators at the time. That raise announcement came after Cox signed a bill that bans collective bargaining for teachers and other public workers. "We see you. We see a little bit of you. We don't. We don't see." Utah labor unions have since launched a referendum to repeal the measure. "This is the right thing to do," Cox said about the pay increase. "If there's a referendum, the people in the state of Utah will get to decide if that's a good thing or not." So, but it's interesting that he made this announcement in Washington, the Washington Examiner. I've been thinking all along he's really aiming for higher office.
He is.
A federal office. Maybe he'll run for president. I don't know. On the long road to Disneyland with his 6 children, John Curtis occasionally had to invoke the dreaded threat to pull the car over to the side of the road until the kids could stop fighting and work out their differences over who touched the other first. "I'm done with you, kids. I'm stopping the car. We're not going to Disneyland until you work this out," Curtis recalled telling them. It's a scenario most parents and children have found themselves in at some point, and one that Curtis, now Utah's junior Republican senator, likened to Donald Trump and advisor Elon Musk's attempt to slash the federal workforce and kneecap several federal agencies. Dressed in a forest green suit and bright green tie, Curtis spoke to St. Patrick's Day crowd of several hundred Brigham Young University students in Provo on Monday and was asked by the moderator to address the layoffs across the federal government. While government jobs have traditionally been stable and predictable, Curtis said Trump has introduced a level of what he called uncertainty. But in light of the trillions in debt the government accrues each year, the senator said the disruption could be necessary if painful. In many ways, the country stopped the car last November with the election. They wanted disruption because they were tired of government spending more money than it was bringing in.
No.
They wanted disruption because they knew what was happening down on the border was wrong for people. Not just for us as a country, but wrong for people. They wanted disruption because people are dying in overseas wars that don't need to die.
Do you know what works better than I'm going to pull the car over and we're not going to Disneyland until you guys work this out? What works better is slowly over time, from the time the kids were little, training them in a way that they don't argue and fight on the way, meaning little things along the way so you don't have to do this. Nobody's saying there isn't waste, fraud, and abuse that needs to be dealt with.
then
deal with it in
examine it in a
Yes.
in a clinical and
Yes.
way
take
rather
a
than
look
just
at it and go, you know what, we could save here and here and here, and we're gonna not firing everybody and then turning around and going, wait a minute, we need to rehire people because we didn't think this through.
I would just ask John: did the people vote for the phone lines to the Social Security Administration to be cut? Is that what they wanted? Is that the disruption they asked for? No.
The former chief of the Tremonton Fire Department appeared in Ogden court on Monday as he and a Box Elder County judge now face multiple child sex crimes. Wearing an orange prison jumpsuit and handcuffs on his wrists, Ned Brady Hansen appeared remotely during the brief hearing in the courtroom of Judge Reuben Renstrom. Hansen and Justice Court Judge Kevin Christensen have been linked together on multiple child sex crimes over the past week, with court records showing the two had an alleged sexual relationship with one another, while also sharing child pornography and discussing fantasies of abusing children together. Although Hansen and Christensen are currently not co-defendants, the chance that they could be connected in the future caused Judge Renstrom to recuse himself from the case.
Oh.
Despite the two judges having never met.
Really?
I don't understand. I don't get that.
Huh.
Keeps you up at night. Complexity of the judge, the fire chief, and the child sex case. Monday's case was continued to a different court schedule on Thursday, where Hansen's attorney will attempt to get the former fire chief released on bail. Good luck. Good luck. During Monday's hearing, the only time Hansen spoke was to say his name. Forever 21 is not Forever 21.
What?
They're filing for bankruptcy, and they plan to close all Utah, or all U.S. stores.
Where am I going to get my scrunchies?
I don't know. We have evaluated all options to position the company for the future. We've been unable to find a sustainable path forward, given competition from foreign fast fashion companies, which have been able to take advantage of de minimis exemptions to undercut our brand on pricing and margin, as well as rising costs. They're blaming it on Temu. That's what they're blaming it on. The astronauts are they're on their way home. Butch and Sonny on their way home right now, headed back to Earth with SpaceX. They will splash down sometime late this afternoon. And Donald Trump, of course, said, I'm glad I could bring them home. I'm bringing them home. They've been neglected for so long. Nobody cared about them, but I got them out of there, and they're on their way home.
There was always a plan.
Take credit for every single thing that's slightly positive and not accept blame for anything that's wrong. A Texas midwife is being accused. She's been arrested and accused of providing illegal abortions in Texas, marking the first time authorities have filed criminal charges under the state's near total abortion ban. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton announced on Monday. Maria Margarita Rojas has been charged with illegal performance of an abortion, a second-degree felony, as well as practicing medicine without a license, which is a third-degree felony. Let's see, how much time do we have?
You probably ought to wrap it up.
Let me do this story then. KFC just added crunchy new mashed potato poppers to the menu. This is so home-style mashed potatoes in a little glob, and then they deep fry them. Described as crunchy on the outside with a creamy filling of classic KFC potatoes. These golden brown goodies are unlike anything previously seen in the United States. Well, that's not true.
Do we get a cup of gravy to
I was
going to
say to dip.
Let's see.
We need that.
Let's see if it says.
You got to dip it.
Oh, they must have. Yeah, they will. Sure. Oh, there it is. You can, you can get a compliment gravy or any dipping sauce or gravy on the menu. To go with them. All right. That's it.
All right. Sports, weather, traffic.
New York Knicks 116-95 win over the Miami Heat was delayed for about 10 minutes on Monday night after Tracy Morgan got sick and vomited on the court. He was sitting courtside, and there's video of it that I wish I hadn't seen.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't see it.
He was very, very sick. He was taken out of the arena in a wheelchair. It looked like his nose was bleeding. He was holding a towel up to it.
Lord.
Now, you forget, he's dealt with several significant health issues.
Well, he had that horrible accident.
And then he had a kidney transplant in 2010. He was in a coma for a couple of weeks. He's not been well, so we wish Tracy well. That's your sports.
Wow.
Weather. So, we got this winter storm warning in effect most of the day today. Snow showers, and they're going to come in waves, and we could even get some lake effect snow coming through. 100% chance of that today, 39 for a high. UDOT actually put out an alert yesterday saying if you don't have to drive this morning, maybe wait till 9 o'clock. That would be great. I just got an alert from my kids' school that says they're planning on starting on time, but they understand that people might have a little bit of trouble getting to school today. Traction laws are in effect for both Cottonwood Canyons. Heavy snow expected up there through most of the day today. Utah, Salt Lake, Davis, Weber counties, blowing snow and slush is being reported all over there. Good news is, though, I don't have any accidents reported right now. I'm looking at the UDOT cameras, and other than some slowdowns, I don't have any accidents.
I think they're hiding it from you.
Or maybe people are taking heed and not driving this morning.
That's what I think is going on.
Whatever it is, if you do see something and it's safe for you to let us know, 33986 is where you do that.
Well, the snow hasn't stopped Frank Christ from joining us in the studio.
Oh, hello, everyone.
Hi, Frank.
You just fly right above the slush.
Yes, I do.
Frank Christ is a Grim Reaper. He appears to us here in the studio, and if you could see him, you would know that he is, in fact, a skeletal figure, wearing a robe, carrying a scythe. He has a hood, and his job is to reap the souls of celebrities when they die. And that's no good for him.
No, I don't like my job at all. It's a curse.
It's because you love the celebrities,
I
don't you?
love our precious. I loved them in my life. And then when I died, this was my curse.
Oh.
Frank has to go to the scene of a dead celebrity. He makes sure that they're dead, one way or another. And then he takes their essence off to a distribution center. And it's a constant job, isn't it? You work round the clock.
Round the clock.
Yeah.
There is no rest for me.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't require sleep anymore.
Frank joins us to play a game we call Frank Christ Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
He gives me a list of actors, and there are 4 actors on this list. 3 of them, in fact, are fine.
Just fine.
But one of them Frank has taken, and it is a contestant's job to discern which actor in this list of 4 has died, and then that person will win a prize. Who do we have to play today?
Tasha is here.
Tasha, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm just fine.
That's good, Tasha. Tasha, if you can identify the dead celebrity, you will win what, Gina?
Tickets to see Snow Patrol coming March 28th to the Union.
That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it, Tasha?
That would be very cool.
All right. Here we go. Identify the dead celebrity. These are actors because it's Awkward Moments Day. These are actors in movies portraying awkward or embarrassing moments. Here we go. Number 1, Luis Guzman. He's appeared in Paul Thomas Anderson's films Boogie Nights, Magnolia, and Punch Drunk Love. Steven Soderbergh films Out of Sight, The Limey, and Traffic. His other film credits included Q&A, The Hard Way, and Carlito's Way. In Punch Drunk Love, a man is continually humiliated by his 7 overbearing sisters. Number 1, Luis Guzman. Number 2, Laurie Metcalf. She received many awards over a 40-year career, frequently acted in theater in Chicago, gained national attention as Jackie on Roseanne and The Connors. She also won a Primetime Emmy for her guest role in Hacks. Also, other Emmy-nominated roles include Third Rock from the Sun, Monk, Desperate Housewives, and The Big Bang Theory. She was in a movie called Lady Bird about an awkward young woman and her mother. Number 2, Laurie Metcalf. Number 3 is Charles Rocket. He was a cast member on Saturday Night Live. He was also in Hocus Pocus, Earth Girls Are Easy, It's Pat, Steal Big, Steal Little, How I Got Into College, and Dances with Wolves. He played the villain Nicholas Andre in the film Dumb and Dumber, a movie full of awkward and embarrassing moments. Number 3, Charles Rocket. And finally, Chris O'Dowd. He starred in films including Gulliver's Travels, Friends with Kids, Cuban Fury, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, and The Cloverfield Paradox. He was in Bridesmaids, which had several embarrassing scenes, including the famous vomit diarrhea sequence. Number 4, Chris O'Dowd. So there you go, 4 actors, one of them dead. Tasha, which is the dead actor?
I'm going to go with number 3.
Charles Rocket, yeah. Died in 2005.
Wow.
At the age of 56. Mysterious circumstances, really.
Yes.
They found him out in a field near his home, with his throat slit. The but they said it was
They said it was a
a
suicide.
suicide. So, yeah, weird.
I wish I could help.
Well, congratulations, Tasha. You are going to go see Snow Patrol.
Hey, oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome so
Appreciate
much. Hang on the line, and Katie will tell you what you need to do next.
All right. Well, I've got to go check on Vanessa Williams.
Well, she's not that old.
No, 62.
Hard life?
No, I just enjoy checking on Vanessa Williams.
Hi, Vanessa.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Frank.
A friend of the program says, hey, the lights are out, State Street, 45th South, and flashing red. Actually, that reminds me, there are quite a few power outages. I think down in Santaquin, they had like 6,000 people with power out. We
really?
should probably look at that a little bit more closely. Also, somebody says Provo schools announced yesterday 2-hour delayed start, although we haven't gotten much snow this morning. So,
Well, now
yeah.
it is going to continue.
Yeah, it'll happen throughout the day. I-70 at I-15, use caution of that area. Roads are snow covered. Expect reduced visibility in this area due to blowing snow. Plows are out. Slow down and do not pass them, please. If it's safe for you to let us know what you're seeing on the roads, you can do that at 33986. Fight mold, germs, and odors with a UV light air purifying system from our trusted friends at Larson HVAC and Plumbing. To save $300 on a new UV light air purifier, click larsonhvac.com/X96.
All right, KXRK Provo. We'll take a break. We'll be back after these messages with your Utah word of the day. Brand new one. Stand.
With another list, because people love a good list. X96.
This is from the Deseret News, and I don't know if they surveyed people for this or it's just the writer's opinion of where the best French fries in Utah are. It's National French Fry Day today. But it says this article was originally published in January, but it has been updated for National French Fry Day. There are dozens of places that have excellent fries of different kinds. And without further ado, here are where you can guess the best fries in Utah and why. Now, the first one on the list, and I don't know if this is in any order. It's just, a list. And I disagree with this one.
Okay.
Crown Burger.
What do you mean?
I don't care for Crown Burger fries at all.
At all?
They're too fat and too mealy inside.
You're not eating them hot then, are you?
Yes, I am. I always get Crown Burger onion rings because
I usually get the onion rings.
because I don't care for their French fries.
Well, you got to eat them hot.
Well, Gina, I don't make it a habit of eating cold French fries.
If you wait till you get home, you got to eat them in the car.
It says here they are. Here's why I don't like them. This is the way they say why they like them.
Okay.
It says they're thick and salty. They are not as crispy as other places, but what makes them stand out is their fresh taste. I don't agree. Number two, and I agree with this one, and I think these are the best French fries in town. Bruges Belgian Bistro.
Oh, it's their specialty.
The Bruges fries. They are crispy, well salted, and have great dipping sauces, and they're great. I agree with this one as well, although I have to tell them don't put salt on them. Tony Burger. They have the skinny fries.
I like the skinny fries.
And they're shoestring fries, and they're really quite good. Haven't had these. Spitz. Mediterranean place.
Oh, Katie likes those.
I'm not, no.
And then they say they have street cart fries loaded with different toppings. Lucky 13 fries. I've had them, but I don't remember them.
I usually get onion rings at Lucky 13 as well.
They have, it says,
They're okay.
Cajun fries if you want, garlic rosemary fries. Cubby's, not familiar with it. They do a crinkle cut.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently they have a pretty good burger. I've been told.
Cubby's. Crinkle cut sweet potato fry at Cubby's. Do we count sweet potato fries as fries?
I think that should be a separate category.
I don't think sweet potato
It's its
fries
own
are
thing.
They're not fries.
They're good. They're sweet potato fries, but they're not.
Wait, hold on, you two. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't.
The sweet potato
Yeah,
is a potato. It's a tuber.
but it's a different
It is
thing.
deep fried.
But they were making just regular potato fries for decades before somebody said, "Hey, why don't we do it with a sweet potato?"
It tastes different.
They're both tubers.
And then this is the final one on the list. But I also have the list of where the best fry sauces are. Guru's Cafe. I don't even know where that is.
I don't know where that is.
It doesn't say in the article.
It does not. And this is also sweet
It's in.
potato fries.
Oh, this is why you don't know. It's in Provo.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's why.
Sweet potato fries. And then they also have an adjacent list where are the best fry sauces. So Greek souvlaki, number 10.
Really?
Number 9, Arctic Circle. I think Arctic Circle is the best fry sauce because they invented it. Number 8, the Purple Turtle. That's in Lehigh.
Yeah.
We
did a show from there.
Yeah,
once,
and I remember the fries being really good.
Yeah.
Crown Burger. Their fries are
they have a
pretty
good fry sauce, yeah.
I use it on
You
the
know
onion
what?
rings.
Depends on the Crown Burger you go to. Because some of them have relish in them and some of them don't.
Oh, really?
And I do not care for a relish in my fry sauce. That's just Thousand Island, and you're cheating.
Tony Burgers, they have something it called Tony sauce, and it's essentially fry sauce. Cubby's Chipotle fry sauce. Chom Burger. Don't know where that is.
No idea.
CHOM?
Yeah, Chom Burger. They have Chom sauce.
That doesn't. Okay.
And number 3, Station 22. Don't know where that is. Number 2, Hires Big H.
Yes.
Yeah, good. They have good fry sauce.
Chom Burger's in Provo, too.
That's why we don't know.
I don't eat anything at Hires anymore.
What do you mean?
I don't eat anything at Hires anymore.
I love Hires.
I became disenchanted with their food some years ago.
I am enchanted with Hires.
And Bruges waffles and frites, because they have the great fries and they have all kinds of dipping sauces for the French fries.
There you go.
So there you go.
Thank you very much.
Six.
Like Maggie and Vineyard. And I agree, Maggie. I needed that this morning. Thank you so much.
In Vineyard.
In Vineyard.
Oh, we got to look at these KFC potato things.
Potato bites?
And they do come with a little cup of gravy. They're perfectly round. And they just look delicious.
I'm sure they're very healthy.
I'm
too.
sure they are.
Probably really good for you.
Oh, wow. Yeah, those look great. Leave it to KFC.
I mean, I've sort of done that. If I have leftover mashed potatoes, I often make little cakes out of them and fry them on a.
But you don't like these are like battered. These are like
panko or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't do that.
Wow. All right. Well, let's get to Utah Word of the Day. Is this a sponsored feature?
Brought to you by the little mashed potato bowl things.
Okay.
It's often said that the people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah Word of the Day. And today's word is...
Snuggly. 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 And now, to use this word in a sentence, is the mayor of Mona, Utah, Don Criddle, and his unusual son, Denver. In an atypical moment of curiosity, Denver has asked his father about how the city they live in got the name Mona. Again, the word is snuggly.
Daddy, I didn't have nothing to do earlier today, so I decided to do some thinking.
Wow.
And what I started thinking about was the name of our town. How come the town we live in is called Mona? Was Mona a lady or something like that?
Well, son, there is a story there. But the name of the town don't have nothing to do with a lady. It has to do with a surgeon with the British Army who come to town and thought he knew better than the folks who live here what the town should be called.
So was the town called Mona then?
No, it was not. When the pioneers came here, they settled a little village around Clover Spring.
So they called the town Clover Spring?
No, they called it Clover Creek. And then they changed it to Willow Creek.
How come they changed it, Daddy? Clover Creek sounds just fine.
Well, the story goes that they looked around and somebody said, you know, there aren't all that many clovers around here. And then somebody else said, but there's sure a lot of willows. And that's how that happened.
But what about Mona?
Well, like I said, there was this former surgeon in the British Army who come down here to attend a meeting in the Ward Meeting House. And he was asked to speak because, well, he was a foreigner, and that would be something different. And Dr. McCune, that was the Brit's name, Dr. McCune, he said to folks, you should change the name of this town. Willow Creek, snuggly name. And the name of Clover Creek, snuggly name, too.
Well, then what happened, Daddy? How did they come up with Mona?
Well, because he was a British surgeon, the local folks paid attention to him. He told them, your town needs an impressive name. And he suggested the name Mona.
But why Mona, Daddy?
Well, because that was the name of his hometown on the Isle of Man.
That's it? It's an impressive name because his town was named that?
I know it's an ugly reason, Denver. But remember, he was British.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah Word of the Day.
A story actually right from the pages of the Utah State Historical Society as composed by the Daughters of the Utah Pioneers.
Wow.
That is a terrible reason to name a town.
I read that and I went, what?
I mean, Willow Creek is a perfectly fine name.
Or Clover Creek.
Or Clover
this
Creek,
asshat British surgeon comes in and says, you need an impressive name. Well, what's an impressive name? The name my town was named.
Well, he does have an accent.
Yeah,
that's
so
exactly. He was British.
He was British, that's all it took.
And
He must be smart. He has an accent.
And it kind of indicates at the end of the little story that I read that the townsfolk all went, oh, yeah, okay, yeah. And they voted and said, yo, sure. Well,
Yeah, you assume a name like Mona was somebody's mom or somebody's wife or...
now maybe it was, and everything we read in the Utah State Historical Society is a pack of lies. It could be.
I don't know.
But Clover Creek or Willow Creek or, those are fine names. Willow Creek, Utah. Now,
We don't get to name anything anymore. Everything's named already.
Well, we have to change the names now.
yeah, it's true. I remember when your kids were born, the hospital named them. You
No,
didn't.
but I mean, like places. You don't get to.
Well, there is some
everything's
sometimes.
name.
Look, we changed the name of South Salt Lake to East Stabbington.
Oh, that's true.
So we've done that.
Yeah.
Sometimes people go places that people have not named. It happens occasionally. I tried to find out why. Remember we were talking about Peter Sink up in Cache County. Oh, that's a place that's
the coldest
place in
yeah.
the country. A lot of time. I could not find any good reason it's named that.
Peter Sink.
Yeah, I mean it's a sink because it's a little area that's kind of lower than the rest of the land around it. But
Andrew in the chat room says, well, that's the story they want you to believe. The truth is it's DEI.
yeah, the Isle of Man. So isn't he wasn't British if he was from the Isle of Man?
That's what Lang is saying.
I don't know what I thought that was part of the British Isles.
Where's the Isle of Man?
I think it's just in there somewhere. Look it up, would you please?
Well, I just looked this up. Peter Sinks. No one really knows, but they think there was a guy that named Peter in the 1800s that lived there, and he froze to death in that area.
And he froze to death, and that's why they named it Peter
Yeah.
Sink? What about Peter Froze? I wasn't...
Or Frozen Peter.
Or that.
Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
The Isle of Man is a self-governing British Crown dependency in the Irish Sea between England and Ireland.
Well, see, he can be a British guy and live there.
Yeah, sure.
Well, if he was from the Isle of Man, he wasn't British.
Yeah, well,
maybe
yeah.
he was a British surgeon, and he said, "I'm going to go live in the Isle of Man on the Isle of Man."
Yeah. And we did change the Gulf of Mexico, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Let's see. Traffic, Gina, please.
Okay. I-70 at I-15, use caution in that area. Roads are snow covered. Expect reduced visibility and blowing snow. You could see that just about everywhere this morning. UDOT is actually saying if you don't have to be out driving this morning, don't. If you could wait till 9 o'clock, that would be great. Plows are out, and they're going to be busy, so do not pass them, though. If they're in front of you and going slowly, you're just going slowly. That's dangerous if you try to pass them. If you see something and it's safe for you to text and let us know, send it in, 33986.
All right, we've got Boner of the Day coming up here, the candidate you'll be voting for this time. Boner candidate number 1. Anybody out there worried about this open defiance of the rule of law? Boner candidate number 2, so much for free speech. And Boner candidate number 3, stupid mixed with a heaping spoonful of arrogance.
All right, Boner of the Day, Big Boy News, all coming up after some messages and a song. Stand by for that. BigOTires.com. I'm going there today at 2.
Oh, what do you haven't done?
I got an alignment.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, it's not just tires.
Yeah. Well, I bought the tires there some time, about a month ago, and now I didn't have time to get the alignment then, so I'm doing it now.
Big O, right now they're offering huge savings on Michelin and BF Goodrich tire sets. Now until the 6th of April, you can save $160 on select sets of BF Goodrich tires or up to $120 off of select sets of Michelin tires. And the Healthy Car Special, this is especially when the weather's like this, this is a good thing for you to do. $39.95, and that includes oil change, tire rotation, alignment check, brake check, battery check, and more. Again, that's just $39.95 at Big O Tires.
And it can be an unexpected expense. Car repairs, tires, all of that. That's why they have multiple financing options to help keep your vehicle in tip-top shape. No credit needed financing options to fit any budget.
Go to BigOTires.com. They are the team you trust.
A morsel of murder from your crime desk. Real quick here, we're still existing in this building without air conditioning. I thought ahead.
How?
Yesterday, I realized I didn't drink my coffee, my Mill Creek coffee,
Yeah.
because it was hot.
It's hot, yeah.
So I brought from home.
Oh.
Iced coffee?
Well, I let it sit out and let it get room temperature, and then I just poured it over ice. But, of course, the importance of coordination. I've got the Space Ghost glass that I brought from home and my Space Ghost watch.
You really did think that through, didn't you?
Coordination.
Carrie, if you go,
I'm glad you have time to do stuff like this.
if you are a guest at Carrie's house and he offers you a beverage, it will most likely be served in a thematic glass like
Grimace.
this.
I got Grimace. I got Mayor McCheese.
Looney
Hamburger.
Tunes, you got Looney
I
Tunes?
got some Looney Tunes.
Yeah. Good stuff.
This is nice and cold. Thank you.
Man. I'm trying to get ahead of these medical problems here. And sometimes it feels like it's not going to happen, but it is. And but at great cost. So I went to another doctor yesterday, just to lay out the problems I'm dealing with here. Yeah. I've had a lot of problems with my right foot and ankle, being very painful, getting swollen. I finally said, okay, I've got to do something about this. Let's go to the doctor.
Yep.
So I go to a specialist, and he discovers that I have a fracture on the top of my foot that's probably been there for a long time, and that my ankle is no longer attached to my foot pretty much because all the cartilage has gone away because of arthritis. So
No
that
wonder it
explains.
hurts.
Yeah, that explains it. He said, and I said, "What do you do about that?" And he said, "Well, we have to get the fracture on the top of your foot to heal, so we'll have to wear one of these boots. They're called Crow boots, and Crow is an acronym for something. I forget what it is, but it's essentially a removable cast, and they have to take plaster cast of your leg and custom fit it to you." And then the nice woman comes in and tells me that, because your insurance deductible is what it is, it'll cost you $1,600.
Because you haven't met your deductible yet,
Yeah.
so it's just the price of it.
$1,600. So would you like to pay that now, or do you want to pay part of it when you get on delivery, and then we can set up a payment plan? So I said, thank you. We'll just take care of it how we. So $1,600. But so I have another problem that I'm dealing with. Because of that bad foot, I tripped and fell on the 16th of
Right before
July.
Father's Day.
Yeah, January or June. And I tripped and fell and hurt my hip and all of that. So I finally went to see another doctor yesterday about that situation because it's not getting better.
That's separate from the foot.
Yeah, it's very painful. The foot is actually not so bad right now because I'm just not using it much. I'm going around on crutches and a walker and that sort of thing. And so, but the hip is just killing me. So he says, okay, we'll take some x-rays. Let's take some x-rays. And this is a sports medicine guy. And he said, I can't see anything wrong there because with the x-rays. There could be something I'm not quite seeing. There could be a fracture in there that I can't see. Let's do an MRI.
Okay.
We have to do an MRI.
Those are fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So-
affordable.
Well, that's what I found out.
Yes.
So what kind of, what is your insurance? Oh, okay. Well, that MRI will be $500.
Yeah.
Still haven't. Even after buying the boot, you still haven't met your deductible?
Yeah.
I guess not.
So
I
here's-
haven't paid for the boot yet. I don't know.
So here's my question. What if we were to just take the money that we would give to insurance, set it aside, starting when you're young? And
That's a health savings account.
Yeah.
That's a health savings
Well, that
account.
got taken away from me too, is the thing. Set
no,
aside
it's-
that money and don't even mess with insurance. Just set aside that money when you're young and just say, that's my insurance. That's for when I get sick and old. And be real good about not touching it. You might be better off.
I don't know. It's so frustrating though, and it's
Because
and
you
I-
need these things.
and it's frustrating
This
for the
isn't a-
doctors too.
This
It's
isn't a fun
a vanity
thing.
item.
This
No.
is not a. You're not
this
getting
is-
a boob job.
No, although I have considered it,
This you need
and that would
this.
be a breast reduction for me.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, but I feel like I'm getting to the bottom of this now. That just the money aside, I think.
Well,
getting
and
to the
with
bottom of
so
it.
this is actually a big deal that tonight you're coming out to go to our Pulp Fiction event at Broadway.
Yeah.
That Bill has not, other than these doctor appointments, left the house.
No, I don't leave the house.
We haven't seen him for weeks.
Yeah,
It's been a month almost.
and it's terrible. You know, I have to stay off my right foot as much as possible until I get that boot, and that boot it's a monster. I mean, it's got this huge tread on the bottom of it, you know, anti-skid tread.
Well, yeah, so you don't slip and fall again.
Yeah, and the guy said, you know, if you use it a lot, that'll wear out, but I can put another tread on it. Don't worry about that.
It'll only cost you $500.
Yeah, slap another tread on it. But it's so when I get that boot, it'll relieve things quite a bit because I don't have to worry about, you know, like there are a lot of stairs in my house, and right now I have to go up and down stairs using crutches, which is
hard.
dangerous.
Yeah.
And it's dangerous, and so I have to have somebody spot me every time I want to go up the stairs and then come down the stairs. Have to somebody kind of just go in front of me as I come down slowly. And it's just a pain, you know?
Yeah. On this day in 1986, New Order released Shell Shock, originally appearing on the soundtrack to the movie Pretty in Pink.
It's when she's making the dress.
A month prior to the single release.
That's what I picture every time I hear that song.
Really? Mm-hmm. All right, time now for Boner of the Day. 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior, and you will decide with your vote. Of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst? Which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today, March 18, 2025? We'll give you 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you will vote, and one of you lucky random Boner voters will receive.
Can't buy it, gotta win it. Radio from Hell Boner t-shirt.
Boner candidate number 1. Anybody out there worried about this open defiance of the rule of law?
Me.
An extraordinary legal showdown took place last weekend over Trump's invocation of an 18th century wartime act to deport hundreds of immigrants, most of them Venezuelans, to a prison in El Salvador. It involved a series of legal filings, White House announcements, court hearings, deportation flights, and a mocking social media post from a Central American leader who proudly calls himself the world's coolest dictator.
Oh, boy.
It involved a series of legal filings. So the whole thing is just amazing. The judge said, no, you can't do this.
Yeah.
Turn those planes around and come back. And they didn't. They just kept going. Now, Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, suggested in an appearance on Fox News that the nation's justice system will not keep the Trump administration from fulfilling its mission to deport any immigrants it deems dangerous. We're not stopping. I don't care what the judges think. I don't care what the left thinks. We're coming, Homan told Fox and Friends host Lawrence B. Jones. Lawrence, they're not going to stop us. I wake up every morning loving my job because I work for the greatest president in the history of my life.
Wow.
His comments came amid growing aggression in the Trump administration toward the Constitution's foundational separation of power structures across the federal government.
Mm-hmm.
Judge Boasberg ordered a halt to the deportation of those immigrants, and the White House said the judge had no lawful basis to issue that order.
Yeah,
he had plenty of.
There's plenty.
The plane was already over international waters with a plane full of terrorists and significant public safety measures.
They're terrorists. You don't know that because you didn't give them due process.
No. They were asked that specifically. Yeah. How do you know that these are bad guys?
We just know.
You black bagged them and put them in a plane. That's it. No due process. That's what this country is all about. Due process.
Boner candidate number 1. Anybody out there worried about this open defiance of the rule of law?
But you guys blame Trump for everything. Come on.
Here's Boner candidate number 2. So much for free speech. The ex-account of the Celtic punk rock band Dropkick Murphys was suspended Monday night after the band's St. Patrick's Day weekend shows in Boston went viral over the band's lead singer telling a MAGA hat-toting concert goer to shut the F up. Ken Casey of Dropkick Murphys. The incident took place on Sunday when they were playing one of the 3 consecutive shows at the MGM Music Hall in Boston. During their performance, the band's lead singer, Ken Casey, called out an attendee holding up a Make America Great Again hat, said, if you're in a room full of people and you want to know who's in a cult, they've been holding up an effing hat the whole night here to represent a president. Casey described the man's black MAGA hat as the Elon Musk True Nazi edition, referencing the style of the hat that the billionaire and ex-owner is seen wearing around the president. The singer ended his confrontation saying, do you mind, sir? We're just going to play a song here about our grandparents and people who fought Nazis in the war. So if you could just, shut up for 5 minutes. The band's X account was suspended on Monday night.
Yep.
And the page now displays a message saying that the platform suspends accounts that violate the X rules. It's unclear if the suspension was triggered by them sharing a clip of the confrontation on X, but it was.
Yeah.
And Casey appeared on a TV show on Monday to discuss the incident. He said, there are 2 guys in charge, whoever you want to call the president. I'm not sure which one really is.
Yep.
And they're literally laughing at working class people now. The singer, I thought this was great. He said, Trump's the exact opposite of everything we sing about.
Mm-hmm.
He urged working class people to stand up to Trump and push back against what he said was this whole mentality that MAGA has painted, that like you're either MAGA or you're drinking soy lattes.
Yeah.
Boner candidate number 2. So much for free speech. Yeah, you say anything against Elon, you're going to get banned from X.
Yep. The free speech absolutist, he calls himself.
Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3, stupid mixed with a heaping spoonful of arrogance.
All right, boner candidate number 3 coming up after this big boy news and Opinioendo, brought to you by.
News making you feel like you need to flee the country? Travel Club 365 can help.
Travel Club 365.
From cruises and all-inclusives to bucket list adventures, your local travel pros can plan it all for every budget, all with no planning fees. Give Travel Club 365 a call or text 801-441-0102. That's 801-441-0102. TravelClub365.com.
Well, although investigators had pegged Gene Hackman's wife's death as occurring on or around February 11th from hantavirus, more than 2 weeks before her body was found, she reportedly called Cloudberry Health. It's a medical concierge service in the couple's hometown of Santa Fe on the morning of February 12th. Dr. Josiah Child, a former emergency care specialist who runs the service, said that Arakawa first called weeks before her death about getting an electrocardiogram for Gene Hackman. Then she made an appointment for herself on February 12th for something Child said was unrelated to anything respiratory. So it didn't have to do with hantavirus. On February 10, she called to cancel her own appointment, saying her husband was not well. Then Ms. Arakawa then reportedly called back once more on the morning of February 12th and was told to come in that afternoon. We made her an appointment, but she never showed, said Dr. Child. She did not show any symptoms of respiratory illness. The appointment wasn't for anything related to hantavirus. We tried calling her a couple of times with no reply. Dr. Child's office didn't immediately respond to Huffington Post's request for a comment. Officials at Cloudberry Health did confirm with ABC that Arakawa had contacted the service to inquire about, and this is in quotes, esoteric treatment, and had not noted any signs of breathing issues. So there's just kind of a weird little discrepancy there that they had pegged her death as. Of course, I don't know how exact these things are.
It's probably within days.
24 hours was 24 hours.
After a few weeks of finding a body, it's tough to.
Sunday seemed to be a work day like any other for assistant manager Carson Vowles. He was called back into the Top Stop convenience store that he worked at, saying that cops were on their way because somebody just shot at us on the freeway, said Vowles, an assistant manager at the store. It's crazy. It makes you wonder what this world's coming to. Utah Highway Patrol officials are searching for the driver of a red Ford Fusion that allegedly shot at another vehicle multiple times on I-15 Sunday night. UHP said it was around 9:30 in the evening. A road rage incident occurred between a Jeep Cherokee and a red Ford Fusion. We don't quite understand everything that happened between these vehicles to start this whole thing, said Lieutenant Cameron Roden with the UHP. But the result was clear. Multiple bullets ripping through the Jeep, flattening two of the tires. It not only puts the parties involved in danger, but everybody around them as well.
How did this not hurt anybody?
It's amazing. But the driver made it several miles down I-15 and arrived at the gas station in Kaysville uninjured. It's just amazing that nobody was hurt, and they're trying to find who in the world was driving that Ford Fusion. The Weber State University, constrained by state-imposed budget cuts, they're overhauling their College of Education. The College of Education at Weber State University trains most of the state's K through 12 teachers. The Ogden School announced in an email sent to faculty that it is eliminating the top administrative position of Dean of the College of Education, folding the college's departments in with other studies at Weber State. Fears from professors spread quickly on social media, with many worried about what the shift would mean for their jobs. In the message, Weber President Brad Mortensen said, "We understand that changes of this magnitude bring questions and concerns." The school shared the email with the Salt Lake Tribune on Friday to provide as much clarity as possible. So we understand that you're concerned. We don't have any other thing to tell you about it, but
And this is because this is a public school, and the state has cut budgets for all of the public universities because education's important in the state of Utah.
So this is really on brand. Irish mixed martial arts star Conor McGregor made a St. Patrick's Day visit to the White House for what he described as a most important meeting with President Trump regarding his country's future.
By the way, the Irish hate Conor McGregor.
They do.
They're embarrassed by him because he's a serial abuser of women.
The White House by McGregor is controversial because he was recently ordered by an Irish court to pay more than $250,000 to a woman who sued him for sexual assault, claiming that she was raped and battered by the fighter at a hotel in Dublin. A jury found McGregor liable in that case. He was also accused of sexual assault by another woman who claimed that he forced her into a bathroom and pinned her against a wall during an NBA Finals game in Miami. He's denied the accusations, but he's not a nice guy.
No.
He's not a good person. That's why it's really on brand to invite him to the White House, isn't
Exactly.
it?
You're our kind of people, Connor.
The state of Kentucky, Republican lawmakers have passed a measure to protect conversion therapy for LGBTQ plus youths as part of a bill that would outlaw the use of Medicaid funds to pay for gender-affirming health care for transgender Kentucky residents. Here in Utah, we made it illegal, conversion therapy illegal. I'm betting we revisit that. I'm betting the legislature will revisit that. Harvard has announced that it will go tuition-free for students from families making $200,000 a year or less. So if your family makes $200,000 a year or less, you will pay no tuition at Harvard. You will get student health care for free. What people are neglecting to
You still gotta get into Harvard.
realize about this is you got to be smart to go there. Okay?
Yeah.
You have to be smart to get in there.
But there are plenty of smart people who
Can't afford it.
who can't afford it.
And
So
they're-
this is a good thing.
And then finally this, Little Debbie.
Oh, I saw this.
Little Debbie's Cakes. Well, you know, Little Debbie also makes ice cream novelties and pints
That
of ice
I
cream.
did not know.
Yeah, I think at Harmon's they have Little Debbie's pints of ice cream.
I've not seen them.
Yeah, you just look, you'll find them. But here's this for this summer. They're adding ice cream bars to their snack cake inspired frozen lineup. Little Debbie's Star Crunch and Strawberry Shortcake Roll ice cream bars. So what they'll have is birthday cake ice cream bars.
Carrie, that's right up your alley.
I love it.
It's white cake flavored ice cream with cake pieces.
That's your
and
favorite.
colorful sprinkles mixed throughout. Strawberry Shortcake Rolls ice cream bars.
I'll take that too.
Nutty Bars ice cream bars. And Star Crunch ice cream bars. That's a caramel flavored ice cream with a caramel ribbon and crispy bits all dipped in rich milk chocolate. Little Debbie's frozen treats. All right, that's it.
I'll take them. All right. Weather, traffic.
It's all related today. This says some areas dry, most of the state wet. There are spots that look like they're straight out of a snow globe. You just kind of roll the dice. We've heard from people who said it's not doing anything here, and other people who said, like this text we got from Sardine Canyon is absolutely terrible right now. So just kind of depends on where you are. The weather will be an issue throughout the day today. They're saying if you're planning on heading up Little or Big Cottonwood Canyon to go skiing, they said later you might want to bring a snorkel. That's how much.
Oh, wow.
That's how much snow they're getting up there. There are some power outage issues places. We had heard from folks, and this is they're now working on that. Utility work happening both directions, 33rd South, 5th West in Salt Lake.
Yeah, the power on Mount Doom went out briefly.
Oh, did it? Yeah.
But our battery backup kicked in. So
You're seeing that in different places throughout the valley. But good news is not a lot of accidents to tell you about. Actually, none right now. Just sort of warnings about the weather conditions you might encounter. This is going to continue throughout the day today. It could come in waves. We could have some lake effect snow later today. 80% chance of that happening. High of 39 today. This should clear out by tomorrow. We do have another storm predicted to come through here on Thursday, though. Like I said, we were just sort of doing traffic weather together there. If you do see something, eastbound 201 slow at 9th West. Slow traffic southbound I-15 at the 215 ramp. So thank you. If it's safe for you to text in and let us know what you're seeing, 33986 is where you do that.
9.5 inches in Tooele.
Wow.
It is dumping at around 33rd South, around the Harmons there.
And I listen, you people bad-mouthing little Debbies in the chat room.
Oh, stop
I'll kick you out of the chat room if you keep that up. All right?
Bill has always been a little Debbie.
He's been pro Little Debbie.
All right, here's boner candidate number 3. Stupid mixed with a heaping spoonful of arrogance.
Yep.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt
Oh, boy.
on Monday addressed a French politician's remark that the United States should return the Statue of Liberty to France. French lawmaker Raphael Glucksmann, a member of the Progressive Alliance of Socialists and Democrats, said at a party convention that the U.S. no longer deserves the statue, which was originally a gift from France 140 years ago, that stands on Liberty Island in the New York harbor. We're going to say to the Americans who have chosen to side with the tyrants, to the Americans who fired researchers for demanding scientific freedom, give us back the Statue of Liberty, Glucksmann said. We gave it to you as a gift, but apparently you despise it. So it will be just fine here at home. Fox News' Peter Doocy mentioned Glucksmann's comments during Monday's White House press briefing. There's now a member of the U.S. Parliament from France who does not think that the U.S. represents the values of the Statue of Liberty, Doocy said. They want the Statue of Liberty back. So is President Trump going to send the Statue of Liberty back to France? Here's what Caroline Leavitt said.
Oh, boy.
Absolutely not. My advice to that unnamed low-level French politician would be to remind them that it's only because of the United States of America that the French are not speaking German right now.
Oh, boy.
So they should be grateful for our great country.
So
the amount of stupidity in that comment is just staggering.
So 2 things.
Yes.
One, we would not be a country if the French hadn't helped us back in the Revolutionary
Exactly.
War.
Yep.
They gave us arms. They
helped us.
They helped us. So
But again, these people don't know history. They don't care.
So there's that. And then there's this tweet from Mike Lee, if I may add it to the boner bill, please.
Oh, tasty.
Our own Senator, Mike Lee, out there doing our business. The Statue of Liberty is now fully Americanized. If she's returned to France, she'd have to stop shaving her armpits.
Holy
What a...
That's your senator, Bill.
Why do you people keep voting for him?
He thinks he's
He thinks
funny.
he's hilarious, yeah.
Boner candidate number 3.
Wow.
And this the title of this boner candidate really covers all of that. Stupid mixed with a heaping spoonful of arrogance.
I'll say. All right. Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. Anybody out there worried about this being an open defiance of the rule of law? When the border czar Tom Homan says, I don't care what the judges say. I don't care what the left thinks. We're going to do what we want. Boner candidate number 2, which is so much for free speech. Dropkick Murphy's criticizing Elon Musk and his MAGA hat. And so Elon just, kicks him off X.
Yep.
And boner candidate number 3, stupid mixed with a heaping spoonful of arrogance.
All right. Time to vote for Boner of the Day. 1, 2, or 3. Which candidate do you think is the worst? Which one deserves to be Boner of the Day today? 1, 2, or 3. Put that single digit in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. Or you can call Katie in the producer's booth. She'll be happy to take your live voice vote at 877-602-9696. Or you can go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner of the Day, March 18, 2025. Click and vote. If you don't see that box, refresh your browser. It'll appear. Click and vote. You've got 4 minutes to get your vote in. Let's go. This is Boner of the Day. We got Tech Talk with JD coming in at 8 o'clock. I hope he drives in safely. All that and more coming up.
Now, what have you got here?
Now, my wife knows people who know people.
That's handy.
And the person that they know works for Lay's in some capacity. Lay's potato chips.
Is that the Frito-Lay company?
Yeah, the Frito-Lay company. And they have put out these flavors are not available in stores yet.
Will they be?
They will be. These are flavors that they're going to put out.
Okay.
And they're interesting.
What have you got?
We start with masala.
What is masala?
It says here, inspired by tastes of India.
Okay.
Masala.
Uh-huh.
And then there's
Like
this
chicken
one.
tikka masala? Like
Exactly.
that.
Yeah.
And then this one, inspired by tastes of Korea, honey butter.
Well,
So,
now we're talking.
Who wants to go first?
I don't care.
Well, I'm closest to you.
Do you want to start with?
Easiest to handle.
Want to start with masala?
Sure.
Okay. Let me open that up. There you go. Oh, okay. They look like a barbecued chip kind of thing, but the masala. You should taste the star anise in there. You should taste the. You like that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me see.
I like it. It's a little spicy, not too spicy. I like
That's not
it.
bad.
I'd
Yeah.
buy those.
Guy says that they've had masala in Canada for a while. I hear good things.
Yeah.
It kind of lingers with a little bit of a burn,
But not crazy.
but not crazy burn. That's fine. Yeah, okay, here's honey butter. Let's try honey butter.
You know, the first time I ever, we had barbecue potato chips when I was a kid. That was about it.
I don't care for that. That's fake butter flavor. I don't like fake butter flavor.
I don't mind it.
I don't like that.
Let me look at the ingredients on there.
I like the other one better.
You like the masala, but not the honey butter?
Yeah, I need a palate cleanser with the masala.
Oh, you do?
Oh, I kind of like that.
I kind of like the honey butter. It's different.
Yeah. There's natural flavors.
It says natural flavors,
It
Gina.
could be anything. Dirt's a natural flavor.
So when I'm growing up, we had potato chips, and then we have. I think the first variation was barbecue potato chips.
Yeah.
And then maybe sour cream and onion,
Mm-hmm.
and that was it. And then I go to England,
Yes.
and I got ketchup potato chips and gravy potato
Dill
chips.
pickle.
Dill pickle.
Dill pickle potato. What? What's going on here?
Lamb. Remember lamb?
Lamb. Yeah, that's right. So potato chips are going crazy. Is what I'm saying.
I love it. I love it.
I like these.
Okay. Well, I'll have that sweet one then.
Yeah. That's good.
What stores will they be in? I don't know.
Look for them in a store near you.
I'm giving you the totality of my knowledge about this whole thing. She knows somebody who knows somebody. These aren't available yet, but they will be. That's all I know.
Inspired by the tastes of Korea.
I can think of other Korean
Taste of-
chips that would be more savory.
The
and-
masala is a little spicy. It lingers.
Yeah.
It lingers.
There you go.
I'll
All
take
right.
the, I'll take the honey butter.
right.
Anyways.
Hey, Marco, how do you feel?
I feel alright.
Okay. Just checking.
Because you can't stop the CISMA.
I know, especially even vaccines won't stop it.
I looked to see if I could go see CISMA when I'm in Italy, and they're
not playing.
He's in studio. He's
Marco, she's going to be in your neck of the woods.
I don't have the results
Oh.
yet.
Well, we'll get the results in a moment because first you need to tell us about Renaissance Ranch.
It's terrible. I mean, this is in my own family is people who have struggled with addiction, and it's the person who is going through it. It's hard on the family, and I think probably we all know somebody who has a serious problem. So the hardest part is allowing yourself to reach out for help, or to reach out for help from your family member. But help is there. Local family-owned Renaissance Ranch Addiction Treatment Center. Their program is designed for male patients specifically. It combines evidence-based clinical research with a judgment-free, faith-based healing approach. They offer residential and outpatient services, which is good. So, staffed by recovering addicts. I've met a lot of those guys, and they're really terrific people. They understand what the addiction cycle is and how to help break it. Help is there. Schedule a free consultation and read compelling success stories online. You'll find them at RenaissanceRanch.com. That's RenaissanceRanch.com. Most private insurance plans are accepted, and Medicaid.
All right. Time to award Boner of the Day.
And the Boner of the Day is brought to you in part by Leftovers.
And Excel Automotive Repair, commuter vehicle repair specialists, Asian and small domestic vehicles, dealership quality service at independent shop rates, located at 33rd South 290 East. To make an appointment, go to excelautomotiverepair.com.
Lots and lots of voting for Boner candidate number 2. Over 100 votes. So much for free speech. The Dropkick Murphys one.
Mm-hmm.
I thought number 3 would come in, do better than it did.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it got 76 votes.
That's a good turnout for a day like today.
But the winner, with 130 votes, is Boner candidate number 1. Anybody out there worried about this open defiance of the rule of law?
Yep. That's your Boner of the Day for today, March 18, 2025. Now qualified to be Boner of the Week.
I just realized I got a text from my wife, and I guess the power is out at our place up at
lots of power outages
up by the university. That's no good. It's cold. The furnace doesn't work when the power's out.
That's why I like my solar and the battery backup.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Our power went out and popped right back on.
Need
no
to
problem.
Get that.
Right?
I want that.
It's great.
So just it kicks in automatically.
When the sun's down, it doesn't work. It doesn't work when the sun's down.
How is it working now? The sun's down.
I don't know. Where's the sun? It's not working.
Let's see. We have a few minutes here.
5 years ago today.
7 a.m. I think it was.
7:09.
7:09.
A 5.7 magnitude earthquake hit the Wasatch Front, and it was our last day. So the pandemic started like a week. I mean, officially,
we were about to leave the studio, weren't we?
Well, we had talked about it, but we weren't. And then the earthquake hit on this day 5 years ago, and then we never came back for like 2.5 years.
We all went home.
Katie was here.
Yeah, Katie was here.
Now
we all went home, and I remember being home, and there was an aftershock, and I felt that. Oh,
I want to compare this, and we're gonna play you for here just a second.
Maybe.
Oh.
What happened that day when we were on the air.
She's still trying to find it. So,
but I heard another radio person talking about this the other day, and he said, I was right in the middle of doing a traffic report, and I felt this, and I thought, oh, that's an earthquake. I know that's an earthquake. I wonder if I should say something about it.
Well,
and then I just threw back to the anchor.
This is a news person?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Working at a news station.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We're not a news station, but we were talking about it. We took phone calls for an hour.
I went to, and then I went out to Todd's house because we shut down here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
And I went out to Todd's house. I asked my wife, "Are you guys okay up there at home?" And she said, "Yeah, go ahead." And so I went out to Todd's, and we felt aftershocks at Todd's, and we talked to people on the air for several hours. Todd and I did.
And it was especially egregious here in this studio because our studio is in a kind of a walkway for.
It's on a bridge.
It's a bridge that's between two buildings, and so the bridge was shaking more so than everywhere else.
The creepiest part to me too was we were instructed to leave the building.
Yeah,
so we did. And I was waiting out front. I forget why I was standing around out front.
Because everybody was.
Well, and leaning against the building, and then there was an aftershock, and the building shook. And that was the worst. Oh.
I was like, I got to get my car out of the parking structure. I don't want the building falling on my car.
That was my thought, too.
And Festus at the time was working at Fox News.
Yeah, that's right.
He was a camera guy at Fox News. And I think it was Scott McCain that was outside here.
McCain does like to set up out here.
And
yeah.
I remember when we left the building, I ran over there and they were in a commercial break, but I poked my head in the camera and I said, Festus, Mama loves you and is thinking about you, because I knew he was at the TV station.
We have the audio
do?
if you want to
Okay.
hear it. It's just a minute.
So
Okay, so folks, keep in mind this is a recording from 5 years ago. This is not happening right now. Okay, so here we go.
So this is what happened.
For those who don't know, we're talking about Dave, the flower guy. He decides who boner of the week is. Again, this is a recording. Okay.
We had said, I called him last week and said, Dave, we don't want you to come into the studio on Friday. We'll call you and you can pick the boner of the week on the phone. And he said, okay. And so we called him and we didn't get an answer this past Friday. I called him yesterday and I said, Dave, are you okay?
We're having an earthquake.
Yeah. No.
Oh, we are having an earthquake. That is a bit of an earthquake there. Oh my.
Are we still on the air?
We're still on the air.
Okay. We're downtown Salt Lake and the whole building is shaking like hell.
Yeah.
It's letting go now. It's stopping. But that was certainly an earthquake.
Yes, it was.
Are we still on the air?
We're still on the air as far as I know.
Is there any way to determine that? If you can call the radio station.
There we go. So yeah, that was
That
scary.
brought it all back.
Yeah, a little scary.
That you could hear the building shaking, which was just awful.
You don't hear me on that recording because I behaved in the way you're supposed to behave during an earthquake.
She
and
stopped, drop, and roll.
I dove under the desk.
Stop, drop, and roll. That's what Gina did.
All right.
Car off the road, left side 215, on ramp just past exit 27. Friend of the program sent that in. But then we have this, barely a skiff of snow, eastern Summit County. Birds are chirping. Maybe an inch of snow in West Valley, but it's already melting. So it just kind of depends on where you are. Road closure update, SR 210 closed due to avalanche mitigation. Estimated time of opening is about an hour from now. They're saying, please do not block neighborhood access while you wait. Expect significant uphill travel delays if you're trying to go to Alta or Snowbird. I'm looking at the UDOT cameras. There is some slowage and stoppage all over, but no bad accidents. This must just be weather-related slowing down. If you see something, though, you can text us and let us know. 33986. Haster Games for board games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice paints, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State or HasterGames.com.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be back after these. It looks like JD has arrived. So,
Bad Brad Wheeler texted us and said, I remember being in the bathtub. He's always in the bathtub.
Always
when
in the
he's
bathtub.
I remember being in the bathtub when the earthquake hit, listening to the radio, thinking a bomb went off in the dumpster behind my house. It wasn't until you said it was an earthquake that I realized what had happened.
all right, we'll take a break. We'll be back, JD, with Tech Talk after these. Stand by. HasterGames.com, 6831 South State Street. They specialize in the tabletop role-playing games, D&D, Magic the Gathering. They got the dice, the figures, the paints, all the latest board games. Now in stock is the newest Star Wars Unlimited TCG set, Jump to Lightspeed. The set is focused around space units and the new piloting mechanic, which allows you to upgrade your spaceships in new creative ways. Go to Haster Games, get this set there. The new Carbonite booster packs are available, which superfans of the games can buy and collect rare and exclusive versions of their favorite cards. Haster's also holding weekly SWU tournaments every Sunday at noon, which is perfect for all players of all skill levels. Available now at Haster is the newest Lorcana TCG set titled, oh, Bob, you always do this to me, Arcasia's Island. This set introduces a new dual link cards that feature two colors of ink combined into one to bring about new ways to play the game. They got all kinds of your favorite ones there, including some from your favorite Disney movies brought to the tabletop. Aristocats, Bolt, Lady and the Tramp, and more. Also ask them about their Outerverse Onslaught RTT for Warhammer 40K. It's all at Haster Games. Go down and see them, 6831 South State Street. Haster has it.
Yeah, we're not doing any Easter because we're
Heathens?
leaving.
Oh.
I think they
Like
do.
we fly out on Easter.
I think they do Easter in Mexico.
But I mean, we're like flying.
Well, why don't you organize an Easter egg hunt on the plane?
Hey, you know, that's
on the plane.
a good mom would.
Someone has done that before.
And
I'm
get
sure they
get
have.
all the passengers involved. It'll be so fun.
I'm just gonna hide stuff in their suitcase. They can find it when they get there.
Oh,
The chocolate
It
melted.
No, I'm sticking with jelly beans and things that don't melt.
I don't think we are not observing Easter in any way, shape, or form this year.
You could have ham when you get there. Have
Well,
some
I
ham.
could. I have a recipe here to step up my ham glaze.
Ooh. Step it up.
A 3-ingredient ham glaze that'll step up your baked ham.
Only 3 ingredients?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, sugar. Or is it
A brown sugar,
brown sugar?
Yeah.
Okay.
water,
Yeah.
And?
booze, probably.
Oh, like bourbon.
you did-
Ooh, that'd be good.
I didn't
doesn't
look
say.
at it. No. I don't know.
You need to know what that third ingredient is.
I probably already deleted it. I'm
Oh.
sorry,
Oh.
Carrie.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Without looking. No, wait.
Hmm?
No.
No.
Oh, here it is.
Oh.
Wait. Let's see. I think
You're
I got
teasing.
it.
You're just teasing me
No, I
now.
think I've got it here.
Is it Coca-Cola?
Wait a minute. Let's see. I gotta go.
Thing,
Taste
three.
of lamb recipe. No, 2-ingredient trick for the most
No,
luxurious
that's
sweet
not it.
potatoes.
No.
No, that's not it.
Oh, man. Well, maybe when we come back, you'll have it.
See if you can step up your ham, baked ham. I'll look for it.
Oh, this is a good suggestion. This is how I'll celebrate. I'll watch Life of Brian.
Yeah, there you go.
Good suggestion.
There it is. I
Oh,
found it.
Okay.
Okay. Read more. The 3-ingredient glaze
Yes.
that makes ham 100 times
Yes.
better.
Brown sugar.
Okay. Come on, open, you son of a. Okay, there it is.
All right.
This glaze will work with any kind of
Okay.
ham. Half a cup of brown sugar,
Uh-huh.
third of a cup of water.
Uh-huh.
Well, there are 4 ingredients here.
What do you do?
3 tablespoons of Dijon mustard and
All
a
right.
quarter of a teaspoon of ground cloves.
All sounds
That's
great.
4 ingredients.
That works.
Sounds
How to
good.
make
Water doesn't count as an
how to make my
ingredient.
3-ingredient ham glaze? Use 4 ingredients.
That's confusing.
Yes, water's an ingredient because it says 1/3 cup water, pineapple juice, or orange juice. So,
We went to Hawaii for Easter when I was younger. My mom hid the eggs all around the hotel room and a couple hidden outside. It was fun.
Oh, okay.
here's a simple tip.
Hmm?
You can make the glaze while the ham is heating up in the oven.
Well, sure.
No, really?
Yeah. Boy,
They think of everything, don't they?
there's a reason why they call this Simply Recipes. It's for the simple.
Brown sugar, bourbon, and honey.
Yum.
That's what someone is saying.
That's what I would do.
There you go. That'd be a good one. All right.
3986.
Like Marge in Roy.
Marge?
In Roy, who says Jesus is her friend.
In
good
Roy.
for you, Marge and Roy.
All right. Is this a sponsored feature?
It should be.
It should be.
Well, here he is. He's a podcaster.
Yes, sir.
Jonathan Deasing, JD we call him. He has a podcast called the 2-Bit Gamer Show.
Yeah, 3-bit.
3-Bit.
All three of them.
3-Bit Gamer Show.
Lots of bits.
Every Tuesday.
Yep.
It gets posted. And he's also a master cookie maker.
Yeah.
And you brought cookies today.
I brought cookies. I finally remembered.
What kind of cookies are they?
We've got a carrot cake in here.
Ooh.
A Irish cream cheesecake.
Oh.
Just a basic chocolate chip, which we're kind of famous for, and then a grasshopper, which has got Oreos and something else in it.
It's very nice.
Mint
Thank
chips.
you.
Mint chips.
That's what it is.
That makes it grasshopper.
Yeah, so you can microwave them for like 10 seconds. They're super, super nice. They taste just like the fresh.
And it is what? Go ahead, plug the company.
It's Crave Cookies.
Okay.
There you go.
And if you want to come see me, it's Crave Cookies Draper. I basically live there.
Okay. All right. What do we got on the intranets today?
Finally, some video games. Some fresh games out this month. I'm really excited about it. The first one up, I don't know if you guys were aware, but WWE Pro Wrestling, it's back. It's big again. It's like the 90s. It's like Hulkamania. It's just big. And so the latest WWE game, WWE 2K25, is probably the biggest and the best one yet.
Okay.
I mean, these aren't amazing. It's like if you're not a big fan of the current wrestling, maybe not gonna love
it's
this one.
It's not old timey people.
Oh no!
Yeah.
It's all the new wrestlers.
Well, you can play all the new ones, all the old ones. You can.
Oh, you can?
Yeah. They've got all sorts of throwbacks where you can play as older wrestlers and all these different modes and stuff. Just lots of features, lots of crazy things, and new rosters and ways that you can like build a wrestler from scratch and like have a storyline with them.
Can I play as Jake the Snake?
I think so.
I saw The Rock in there.
Yeah, you had The Rock's wrestling nowadays. It's crazy. Everything's going on. Rock is teamed up with Cena, and they've gone bad. Oh, it's awesome.
Oh yeah, there's Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, so yeah, you can play as a lot of the older guys, a lot of the new guys. It's just kind of a wild mix.
Okay.
If you love pro wrestling, this is worth checking out.
Oh, my Undertaker!
And another throwback for everyone. I mentioned this a couple of months back, but it was only on PC, and now it's on your phone.
I remember this one.
Backyard Baseball 97. This was the old school game. I think it was on a PC, and you'd assemble a team of neighborhood kids.
Oh, it's cute.
To play baseball, backyard baseball. And now it's on iOS and Android on next Thursday. So Backyard Baseball 97, if you remember playing that game, now you can just have it in your pocket, which is pretty cool.
All right.
Now this next one, I am very excited about. I don't have enough kind things to say about the concept. 33 Immortals is a top-down action game where you are fighting against heaven and hell alongside 32 other people.
So you are one of the immortals?
You are, I guess, yeah, one of the 33 immortals. It just looks so cool, the idea that you can play with like a ton of friends.
I was going to say, do you have to have 32 friends?
I'm screwed.
or will
Doesn't everyone have 32 friends?
Or will they just match you up with people?
They will just match you up. I think you can like queue with as many friends as you'd like, and then it'll fill in the rest. The idea here is that it's going to feel like, you guys remember like those old, massive multiplayer online role-playing games where you'd have 40 people and they were all trying to fight the same boss at the same time, and it was this big old mess. It's kind of trying to capture that magic in these like really quick 25-minute matches. So it puts you at like a big boss, and you've got to fight with all these different people and all these moving parts. And if you see on the screen in the trailer, it's really cool because you see how many people there are on the screen, which feels like, old World of Warcraft, EverQuest kind of a vibe. But you are all there. You're not going to have to invest 4 hours to this fight and 8 hours a night to get your character to play it. You just jump into a quick 25-minute match and battle with all your friends.
And any game that slugline is face the wrath of God, I'm
I'm interested, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'd back off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you have to fight through hell, and then you fight your way up to heaven.
Okay.
I guess is the way.
I guess that's.
It's out now in early access for PC and Xbox. Early access is a real cool thing. If you guys aren't familiar with the idea that the game is not completely done, but you're going in there and kind of playing an early build of it,
It improves as you go along.
which is so cool because you pay one price and the game just continuously gets better.
That's good.
And then when it is a full release, they might double the price and you already own it, which is really neat. The big one out this month, though, the one that everyone's probably got their eyes on, is Assassin's Creed Shadows.
It looks like Shogun.
Yes.
Looks like
Finally, Assassin's Creed has traveled to the Far East. It's set in Japan in the 16th century. And Assassin's Creed, they are these big open world games, massive open world games. And this one's really neat because they keep adding more and more stuff. And in this one, for instance, there's seasons. So as you play the game, if you want to just like hang out and not like advance the storyline and just kill people, well, the weather's going to change. And all of a sudden you're playing in snow.
That's kind of a little better than Mortal Kombat, huh?
Slightly.
A little bit.
Slightly. Not as many, decapitations. No decapitations.
Finish him.
Yeah.
Are there convenient haystacks?
Yeah. Oh,
Good.
How else are you going to jump off pagodas?
Exactly.
So you can, in this game, it's really neat. The things that they've added, you can recruit a spy network. You can hide in, like Robin Hood style, you can hide in shallow water with a little bamboo snorkel kind of a deal.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm there.
Yeah, you can crawl. These are all little things that seem small. You can grab people through the paper walls or whatever and kill them that way. It's really interesting because, this has historically been set in either Europe or the Americas, with one that was set in Egypt, I think. So it's cool to see it in a new setting. It's out this Thursday, so in 2 days, on PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and Mac, which is kind of interesting. You usually get games like this on Mac OS. I think it's going to be awesome. The last couple were a little middling.
That's what I hear, yeah.
Yeah, but I think this one has a chance.
It has potential.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
Okay, all I've got left is a time waster, and this one's kind of, I think it's pretty prescient right now.
Okay.
Can you beat the stock market?
The answer is no.
The answer is no.
No.
This is just a cool little graph that you are allowed to either click buy or sell while you watch the little stock graph going. Imagine that you were...
Oh, okay.
It's like you were on a trading day, and it was all condensed into, 12 seconds. Can you buy and sell at the proper time to make money? Or are you going to do it wrong and you're going to sell at the wrong time and buy when it's too high? What's really neat about this is after you finish playing, if you scroll down, it will show you the actual segment of historical data that you were playing. So it's like, this was like the stock market in like
I underperformed compared to the buy whole strategy.
No, I made money.
I made a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not good
I
at
didn't
this.
lose.
It's time to pull out all the money in your 401k and start playing the market.
You might as well play DraftKings. I mean, it's,
yeah. That's
same.
kind of how it is. This is canyoubeatthestockmarket.com. Very easy to remember. Canyoubeatthestockmarket.com. The answer is probably no. You're probably, even if you do, you're not going to make great money. That's what I've learned.
All right.
just real quick, I need to take you to task for the 2 chickens game that you had for us last time.
Oh, no.
My wife, her best friend, and my nieces completely addicted. Completely.
Can you not beat it? Does it not have like an ending? You can just keep playing?
They just keep playing it. I mean, apparently for like 3 hours.
What?
They just sat and played this game.
That's fantastic.
And I'm like, my God.
That is not fantastic.
I was going to say, I have a bunch of recommendations built on that if they need more.
Well, I suppose.
Yeah, they're going to run out of chickens eventually.
Switch one addiction for another,
yeah,
I guess.
Exactly. That's awesome.
But it was so bad that Sue told the nieces, do not tell your dad that I'm the one who showed you this.
Are they just playing it on their phones then?
Yeah, just on their pads and their phones.
2 chickens.
They
awesome.
They love it.
That makes me feel so good. I love bringing the sharing my addiction.
It's a wonderful time waster. It really is.
Absolutely.
All right, Jonathan Deasing, JD, 3-Bit Gamer Show, wherever podcasts are found.
Sweet. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for the cookies.
Of course.
traffic, Gina, please.
So the utility work going on 33rd South, 5th West, both directions. Water was covering the road. They have pumped it off. Just watch for any residual water through that area. Crash westbound I-215 62nd South. Crash northbound I-15 64 South. This is in Spanish Fork. Crash eastbound I-215 South 51st South in Salt Lake. Let's see if we've got anything. Message stream. Somebody says the number of people that don't clear the snow off the roof of their car is too damn high. Yes, not just the front.
Exactly.
You got to clear it off the top and all the sides.
Just get a broom.
Because it blows off onto other people's cars. And somebody else says, I'm also seeing people without their lights on. That's not okay either. Depending on where you are, some places aren't seeing bad roads at all, and they're just wet. So, but then we got this. Roads are bad in West Jordan, experiencing near whiteout conditions.
Wow.
So, if you don't have to be driving, I wouldn't. If you are, just like we said, clear your car off and turn your lights on. That's traffic.
Sue is playing the game right now.
As we speak.
As we speak. All right, Beat Gina coming up after these messages and a song. It is time to play Beat Gina. What is our prize?
Tickets to see Simple Plan coming August 16th to America First with special guests Bowling for Soup and 303.
That's going to be a good show. Simple Plan, Bowling for Soup tickets. 877-602-9696 is the number to call to play the game. Beat Gina, because on this day in 2013, the TV series Bates Motel premiered. We have Psycho trivia. So both the movie and the TV show.
Okay.
All right? Psycho trivia. 877-602-9696 is the number to call to play Beat Gina. After these messages and a song, we'll also have some news for you. Stand by for all of that.
The X96 secret
Ben,
Is this
Benjamin.
sponsored?
By the Donut Critic.
Benjamin. Yes,
Yes.
Hi, how are you, Benjamin?
Great.
Wh-
I'm
wh-
barely standing as well. Like, Carrie, I can feel you for working the whole weekend, so.
Where are you, Benjamin? Why aren't you in our studio with treats?
I am barely able to stand, actually, because I had the Sugar High Festival this last weekend, and it was crazy. I'm on, like, my sugar crash. I had a sugar high, and now I'm on the crash right now.
I see. So tell us about the was it a very successful sugar festival, the Sugar High Festival?
Oh, my gosh. It blew our expectations out of water. We had almost 4,000 people, 70 dessert vendors, and we crowned a crowd favorite, which was Sol Agave.
Oh.
Again, have you guys been to Sol Agave?
No.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, where is it? Tell us, yeah.
So it's in American Fork. It's a Mexican restaurant. It's actually a small chain from California, but they make this hot butter cake that is to die for. I should bring it in next time. You really
I want
will
hot
just
butter
die
cake.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
don't
will
want to
bring it.
die, though.
No, I'm not dying. I'm just on the sugar crash at this point.
Oh, I looked up a
well-
picture of the butter cake. That looks amazing.
Yes, it is really amazing. But we had guest appearances from Mrs. America, Utah. She had a crumble cookies dress. It was so over the top. And when she was thinking of what to do for her talent or her costume, she was like, I have to do sugar because it's Utah.
Well, of course.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, this I don't understand. What Pete Tidwell did what?
Okay, so have you seen Is It Cake from
Yes.
Netflix?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so he did that whole experience for us at Sugar High, where he did 3 podiums and then made one cake, and then the rest of them, were real life foods. So he decided to do grocery items, and so there were a thing of yams, a thing of peaches, and he made a lettuce cake. and he fooled about 50% of the people.
So it was a cake that looked
like a head of lettuce?
Yes, so he made it out of wafer paper. You should go to his Instagram handle is The Mighty Baker, and he's showing some of the behind the scenes, and he's showing kind of like what it's made out of. It's really cool.
And are there pictures available of the Sugar High of this whole thing?
Yep, so if you go to sugar.high.events, you can look in our stories, and we're going to have a bunch of recap posts over the next few days. And so it's not for another year, so, get in early. We're going to start releasing tickets and dates and everything in the next little bit. So, if they follow along on sugar.high.events on Instagram, then they can get that info. So.
All right. And now it says here it is the season for apple cider donuts. What makes an apple cider donut?
Well, apple and cider. No, basically, this season, I always get these questions because people have been out on the East Coast and they think, okay, where am I going to get that apple cider donut? There's a lot more orchards on that side or in the Pacific Northwest. We don't have as many, and so people are saying, where can I get something similar?
Well, what is
fall? It's a donut that's made out of apple cider and cinnamon, and it's just like pumpkin. So think about that pumpkin feeling and how all of a sudden everything that we eat and drink is made out of pumpkin. That's kind of the similar thing that goes on here. People get that vibe. They want to get in their leggings and hoodies or sweatshirts, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, it's fall.
Here's where, yes.
Okay.
But there are a few places in Utah that you want to hit for those apple cider donuts, and because not all of them are equal. So.
All right. Where do you want to go?
So I have four places. Let's count down from number 4, and then we'll talk about my top one really briefly. So number 4 is Wall Brothers in Orem and Spanish Fork. Have you ever heard of this place?
No.
Ever been there?
No.
So same thing, Titron Orchard, and they have a bunch of other like treats and other things. They have kind of like plants and other things going on. It's just a really fun place, and they cook them up fresh. So those are really good. A similar one in that vein is called Burgess Orchards, and they're in Alpine. They same thing. You can go and kind of just enjoy the fall, see their orchard, and more or less get a good experience there.
Mm-hmm.
And then for number 2, we have Roley's Red Barn. Now this one is an experience. So some of these you actually need to go into fall festivals and really enjoy it and then get those.
It's apple picking
Have you
season.
been to-
I've
Yes.
passed it on the highway, Santaquin. Yeah.
Yep. So it's that barn on the right-hand side, but they also have a location in St. George. But yeah, it's fun. You go get your pumpkins, you go on all the different rides, and then you get some treats.
Okay,
So.
tell us about the Crossy Ranch quickly.
Okay, so Crossy Ranch is in North Salt Lake, and these are the best. These are the ones that everyone that comes in from other states and they try these, they're like, okay, this feels like home, this tastes like home. These apple cider donuts are simply the best, but you do have to go into the fall festival. I'm trying to convince them to just sell them to the public like a drive-through outside of their orchard.
They should.
But yes, they should, because honestly, these are the best, and if you've ever tried them, you would know that they're the best.
And how are their apples?
I'll bring in. They don't do apples. They do just like more. They do like a lot of cattle, and then they do a lot of the animals as well. So they do baby animals in the spring, and then just like a fall festival.
Bill, there's more to fall festivals than apples.
Not in my world. It's apples, and I'm anti pumpkin spice, by the way. And pumpkin spice.
Well, that's why
everything.
I was going to do apple or a pumpkin spice, but I was like, it's pretty controversial, so I didn't know if I should do pumpkin or an apple cinnamon.
Well, I'm glad you did apples. It's Benjamin Lee, the Donut Critic. You can find all of your stuff where, Ben?
DonutCritic.com or Donut Critic on Instagram.
All right. Talk to you soon. We want that butter cake. We want it.
Okay. I'll bring it in next time.
Get that butter cake.
All right.
heard that forever.
If you know, you know.
I'm just over here with my stocking straight.
Of course. The Nails.
The Nels.
That's right, the Nels.
Or if you're in Utah, it's the Nels. The Nails. All right. It's time to play Beat Gina. Is this a sponsored feature?
X96 welcomes Simple Plan August 16th at America First Field with special guests Bowling for Soup and 303.
Well, it's time to put on your thinking caps and try to be smart, because it's time to play Beat Gina. I'm your announcer, Johnny Ola, and in honor of National 3D Day, may I invite you to the House of Wax in 3D.
Yes.
In the House of Wax, the terror reaches out and grabs you. Feel every chilling detail, every terrifying moment as the nightmare unfolds around you. This isn't just horror.
Oh.
It's a 3D descent into madness.
Well.
You're not just watching. You're trapped in 3D. Enter the House of Wax and find yourself surrounded by terror. The 3D experience pulls you into the heart of the horror where escape is impossible. Feel the heat, see the terror, and pray that you make it out alive. House of Wax 3D. Is it real or is it wax? In 3D, you won't be able to tell. The terror of House of Wax is more real than even an immersive 3D experience. You'll feel like you're trapped inside the nightmare. Get your tickets now. And now, a man who is definitely not wax, but as real can be, your host, Kerry Jackson.
Although he feels like he's trapped in a nightmare as well. All right. Thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
Let's see. The randomizer has picked a contestant. Gina, you'll be playing against Danica. Danica, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi,
All right.
Danica.
Danica, we're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. We'll give you the advantage. You call it heads or tails.
Tails.
All right, let's see what happens. It is heads, which
You're
means Gina goes first.
one step further away from winning these Simple Plan tickets.
Gina goes first. She controls the question. It is hers to answer exclusively. If she gets it correct, she gets the point. If not, Danica, I hope you were paying attention, because you can answer that same question correctly, stealing the point away from Gina, and we'll go back and forth questions till one of you gets 3 points. All right, because on this day in 2013, the TV show Bates Motel premiered. Good show. We've decided to do Psycho trivia, so it's based on the TV show and the movie.
General Psycho trivia.
Psycho trivia. And I will let you know whether it's the TV show or the movie.
Thank you.
Okay, let's begin with Gina. Multiple choice. Here we go. Gina, when the cast and crew began to work on the first day of Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, the movie, they had to what? Was it 1, sacrifice a goat on the altar of Pazuzu to ward off the demon Lamashtu? Was it 2, present Mr. Hitchcock with a package of Twinkies? 3, raise their right hands and swear an oath not to divulge one word of the story? Or 4, sleep at the studio and never leave until filming was finished?
I do solemnly swear I will not tell what happens.
That is correct.
That's right.
Raise their hands.
That's a point for Gina. Now we go to Danica.
Danica, in the TV show, what was the name of the motel Norma purchased? Now, they turned it into the Bates Motel. But before it was the Bates Motel, when she bought the motel, what was it called? Is it 1, the Amorous Feelings Motel, 2, the Plan Dome, 3, the Harborview Motel, or 4, the Seafarer Motel?
I'm going to go with C.
The Harborview Motel? Terribly
Yeah.
sorry. I threw that in there just to throw you off, because that's a different TV show.
But it must be number 4 then.
The Seafarer.
Yes. I'm sorry, Danica. It's 2-0, and
Wow.
Gina controls the question. This could be over now.
Don't give up hope, Danica. All will be well.
All right. Gina.
Yes.
In the TV show,
Yes.
what is the Wi-Fi password for the Bates Motel?
Okay.
What is the Wi-Fi password? Is it 1, Shambhala? Is it 2, Mother? Is it 3, QWERTY1? Or 4, War Machine Rocks with an X?
Mother.
Mother is correct.
And Gina wins the game just like that. My goodness.
Wow. Sorry, Danica.
Wow.
It's okay,
That's
Danica.
terrible. You didn't You didn't even get a chance to say anything, practically.
I know.
Wow.
Danica, would you just say thank you? Because I am going to give you these Simple Plan tickets anyway. You can say that.
Isn't that nice?
Oh, thank you, Gina. I appreciate it.
You're
All right.
welcome. Simple Plan. August 16th, America First Field. Special guest, Bowling for Soup, N303.
All right, Danica, hang on the line. I'll tell you how to get those tickets.
I've got to go home and take a shower.
Oh, good.
Mother, really? I mean, that's a little on the nose.
That was
It's-
the Wi-Fi password.
Yeah,
Well, the fact that they had Wi-Fi was.
yeah,
anyway.
that's also.
It was a good show.
I have questions.
You can't nitpick on that sort of thing. Anyway, Big Boy News now, brought to you by.
On March 18th, why that's today. Experience Clark After Dark at Clark Planetarium. Chill to cool music, sip handcrafted mocktails, and catch an exclusive sneak peek of the IMAX 3D movie Blue Angels. 18 and older only. Get tickets at clarkplanetarium.org.
Well, an American rock band is slamming the White House for its use of its music in a video purportedly showing the deportation of alleged Venezuelan gang members. The video features the 1998 song "Closing Time" by Semisonic. Their only hit, I think?
Yeah, that was
Pretty
it.
much, yeah.
Back in 1998.
Let me double check.
The lyrics include, "I know who I want to take me home." A representative for Semisonic tells Scripps News that the White House never asked for or received permission to use the music, and the Post message missed the point entirely behind the song. "We did not authorize or condone the White House to use our song in any way, and no, they didn't ask," said a band representative.
The specific line is, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Yeah.
Because this administration is
Yeah.
a TV show. And this video, this whole deportation thing, this was not like some static camera at a airfield.
No.
It was a slickly produced,
Professionally
shot music video of deporting these people.
The band spokesperson said, "That song is about joy and possibilities and hope. They missed the point entirely. They don't care what the point is." Asked about the controversial video during a press briefing, press secretary Caroline Levitt defended the Post, saying the White House is unafraid to double down and take responsibility and ownership of the serious decisions that are being made.
That's not the question.
The specific video you referenced, I think it sums up our immigration policy pretty well. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Okay.
You think this is funny. You think this is a joke.
They see "Singing in My Sleep" hit number 31 on the charts.
No,
But
this
that
was their only.
This was about their
yeah.
only hit. Yeah.
Now, I got a text from my wife earlier. Apparently, power out at my house. A lot of power outages, and I think you have some information about that, Gina.
A slew, it says. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Of power outages have hit northern Utah, affecting almost 8,000 Rocky Mountain Power customers, the company reports. Majority of the outage reports appear to be initiated, through, it's Salt Lake, Tooele. Power loss in Salt Lake reported starting Tuesday morning, affecting about 700 people. Many of those reports don't have estimated times of restorations, and those that do are between 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. Smattering of reports through Bountiful, Kaysville, and Ogden, affecting around 70, expected to be resolved around 10:30 this morning. The largest outage reported, this is down south in Juab in Utah County, specifically Santaquin and Payson. Currently, they're estimated to be resolved sometime this morning.
All right. Trump has claimed that a batch of last-minute blanket pardons issued by former President Joe Biden are null and void. Because, he can just do that. Null and void.
Well, it's because of the auto signature.
Trump, without providing any evidence, asserted that Biden never actually signed the pardons and that an auto pen was used instead. The Trump administration is reportedly exploring the legitimacy of the pardons, according to the administration official. The official added that if the administration is exploring potential challenges to the pardons. In the final hours of his presidency, Biden issued pardons for a number of individuals, including Dr. Anthony Fauci, retired General Mark Milley, members of the House January 6th Investigative Committee, Liz Cheney among them, as well as several of his own family members. I would say that they're null and void, and I'm sure Biden didn't have any idea that it was taking place, and somebody was just using an auto pen to sign off and give pardons. This is all This is all fantasy
It is.
speculation. That's all it is. Fantasy speculation.
It is
What-
because Biden spoke about it in public and signed them, and
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt
Yeah.
was asked whether President Trump had evidence Biden was unaware of the auto pen being used, and she claimed Trump was simply asking the question and encouraged reporters to investigate. He's just raising a point. I'm just asking a question here. And Trump said he's rescinding the Secret Service protection for Hunter Biden and his wife, Ashley.
Well,
That's they will no longer be accompanied by federal security detail. Hunter Biden has had Secret Service protection for an extended period of time, all paid for by the United States taxpayer.
So did your kids.
They are as many as 18 people on this detail, which is ridiculous. Hunter Biden will no longer receive Secret Service protection. Okay. Gina.
Yep.
You probably know something about this.
What's that?
Corey Richins.
Yes.
The woman charged with killing her husband in 2022, asking the court to move her trial from Summit County to Salt Lake County. Richins' defense attorney filed a motion to change venue on Monday, asking that her trial be moved, saying it would ensure a fair trial. Is it Corey or
It's Corey.
Corey Richins is charged with aggravated murder for allegedly poisoning her husband. Oh, she's the one who wrote a
children's book saying, "Oh,
book.
my poor kids, how they're dealing with the death of their father, which I caused."
Well, she doesn't say that in the book.
No, she doesn't say that.
So I don't even think she may be right that she.
No, this is
changed
a
the
well-known
venue.
case. I don't know if
Yeah.
change it. I don't know that it's going to change much because she did it, and I hope she's found guilty and punished for it.
Let's see. Trump says he's going to his administration is going to release 80,000 pages related to the assassination of John F. Kennedy.
here's a distraction.
I don't believe that we're going to redact anything. I said just don't redact.
And
You can't redact.
Are we going to hear
no
about
redacting.
the second shooter? Is that in there?
No, it's going to be
Oh.
the stuff we already know.
We know.
I think so.
Yeah.
Of course, Kennedy was killed November 22nd, 1963.
We wanted the Epstein list.
Lee Harvey Oswald was arrested and charged with Kennedy's murder on November 24th.
Yeah.
And then he was fatally shot by Jack Ruby. And there have been conspiracy theories forever about this. And there are records that people have not seen. And so he's saying he's going to put those out, but I don't think
He's not.
It's not going to happen. A critical investigation into Russia's forced deportation of Ukrainian children, a key issue in any negotiations to end the war in Ukraine, has been disrupted because Trump defunded a State Department contract with Yale University researchers to look into this situation. A Yale humanitarian research lab had uncovered extensive evidence supporting war crimes against Russia, alleging that thousands of Ukrainian children were forcibly taken and placed with Russian families. The evidence was used to charge Russian President Putin with international crimes. So it seems very. It's a very good thing for Putin that this investigation is being dropped, and Donald Trump is making sure that Putin is not investigated.
Exactly.
Because Putin has something on him.
Yes.
We don't know what it is.
No,
we don't know if it's the P-tape, and that may not be it.
Trump has been going back and forth from Moscow since the early 80s.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Putin's got something on him.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer postponed his book tour amid backlash over his handling of a Republican bill to fund the government last week. The New York Democrat had planned to promote his new book on anti-Semitism during a series of events in New York, Baltimore, Philadelphia, Washington. All of them have been postponed but due to security reasons. And finally, this story for you, Carrie. Indian cities like Mathura and Vrindavan are no strangers to the infamous monkey menace. These mischievous primates
Not menacing.
are known for snatching personal belongings from unsuspecting individuals, often requiring coaxing or bribery to retrieve the stolen items. Recently, a monkey in Vrindavan became the talk of the town after pulling off a daring trade. The mischievous primate exchanged a pricey Samsung Ultra smartphone for a pack of mango drinks.
It's not a good trade.
So there's a video. It shows the monkey perched on a balcony, clutching the phone. Three men desperately trying to... yes, it is. Because a monkey can't use the phone.
Oh, he can.
I don't know.
But
he prefers the mango
I've seen
drinks.
those monkeys on the phone.
But yeah, he can use the phone. But the monkeys are going to take down our systems, so
Oh.
they won't need the phone.
Okay.
But they do manage to bribe him to give back the phone with these mango drinks, and all is well. And I think the monkey, he looked happy with the trade.
Monkeys!
A win-win, would you say?
I think so. All right, that's it.
Sports weather traffic.
The University of Utah had a big rally yesterday to welcome new head basketball coach Alec Jensen. He's the 17th men's basketball coach. He played for Rick Majerus. He's coached in the NBA, and people are very, very excited about him being here. Utah Jazz tanking against the Chicago Bulls, 111-97. They will be tanking tomorrow against the Wizards, hopefully, because the Wizards are terrible. The Wizards might win the tank war tomorrow. We'll just have to see. Utah Hockey Club is on the road at Edmonton. Puck drops at 7 o'clock for that today. Weather. So we have this winter storm warning going throughout the day today. It seems to have stopped here out in front of the station.
For now.
For now, it's going to be coming in waves throughout the day. They're predicting some lake effect snow possible as the day goes on. Let's see. I'm looking at the UDOT cameras. Looks like Draper, both northbound and southbound, just after you come around Point of the Mountain, completely stopped on both directions there. I don't know if that's an accident or if it's just the weather that's causing that. Plows are out, but they are very busy, and they might not be in your area yet, or they might have come through earlier and need to make another pass through.
Ed Brass was worried that Doge got rid of the plows.
They're out. They just have a lot going on. If you're behind one, do not pass them, please. Crash northbound I-15, 10th north in Salt Lake. 2 right lanes are closed. Eastbound I-215, 33rd south. Also, make sure your car is cleaned off. That's not just your windshield. Do clean off the top, like Carrie says. Get a broom and do that, because when you don't, you end up throwing snow on the car behind you, and that's just not very nice. Don't do that. Do you or someone you love struggle with addiction? Help is out there. Renaissance Ranch, one of Utah's best addiction treatment centers. They accept most private insurance and Medicaid. Schedule a free consultation at renaissanceranch.com.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be back after these messages with a brand new Utah word of the day for you. Stand by.
I'm Pete Gina.
So I came across this. I want to know what you guys think about it.
What's that?
Okay.
A father has come under fire for lying to his family and booking a hotel room for himself every few months and saying he's, quote, on a business trip. Now, you are never going to guess what he's doing every few months in a hotel room.
Well, if we're never going to guess, why don't you tell us?
It's not having an affair, which is probably what
you would think.
Yeah.
The man who's been with his wife for 12 years could not keep the secret any longer. This is something that popped up on Reddit.
Okay.
He confessed that his daughter, who's 4 years old,
Okay.
has a peanut allergy that has, quote, ruined his life
Oh, this is nonsense.
because he loves
Nonsense.
nuts, particularly.
So he goes and hides out to eat nuts.
So he books a hotel room
Oh, bull.
Love it.
for a night or two and tells his family he's going on a business trip and gorges on peanuts
I don't
and
believe this.
Reese's and Snickers.
I don't believe this for a second.
Liar!
He's a right way from home enough that he goes to work or whatever. Have a candy bar on the way to work. Have a bag of peanuts on the way to work. You don't have to.
If somebody has a deadly peanut allergy, you can't do any. See, he said so much so he goes away for a couple of days and eats whatever he wants. And then before he comes home, he brushes his teeth several times, puts the clothes I'm wearing in a bag.
Oh.
Pull out fresh clothes that I've kept sealed in a plastic bag. The clothes I was wearing go straight home in the washer with bleach.
I don't believe many aspects of this story. The other aspect I don't believe is if that is absolutely true, it would have been he could have easily said to his wife, "You know what? I love peanuts and stuff so much, and I just don't want to. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna check into a hotel every once in a while and eat."
Don't you
nuts.
think your wife would say, "That's crazy"?
No.
You're going to spend the money to go stay in a hotel
No.
to eat peanuts.
No,
every couple
I don't
of
think
months?
so. I think my wife would say, "Well, if you really need to
really
do that,
need to do that.
okay."
Or he's saying that it's the nut allergy.
Yeah.
But it
and
isn't
he's
a
really having an affair.
It's one of the two. I mean, liar. As a matter of fact, I think he's having an affair.
You think he's having an affair and
Yeah.
lying about?
He's using the peanut allergy as an excuse.
I mean, his daughter is a pawn into his immoral behavior.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love Reese's peanut butter cups, but if one of my kids was allergic to them,
You would check yourself into a hotel and eat
You
Reese's
would.
peanut butter cups.
You would.
I wouldn't specifically go for that, but if I had an opportunity to be out of town for a couple of days, I would use that opportunity.
I can tell you would have a car dedicated to kids. Don't ride in this car. This is mommy's car.
This is the peanut.
I'm going to go eat
This is the
peanut butter cups in the
allergy
car. Yeah.
I don't know enough about the whole peanut allergy thing. Would he be able to have like a Snickers bar at work and come home?
Probably.
There are people that have such a deadly peanut
I guess
allergy
it depends. Yeah.
that even if you're semi-adjacent to it,
I think you could have a Snickers bar at work.
Hmm.
Brush your teeth.
Because as we all know, Snickers packed with peanuts.
That's right.
Yes.
Now you wouldn't want to have a payday, probably, or a pecan or a
Salted nut roll.
Yeah,
it's all about it.
I want one now.
A salted nut roll.
Yes.
What's the difference between a salted nut roll and a payday?
Salted nut roll is a little more rounder. Because I
That's
remember
about
we used to buy them. Dad would bring one home when we were kids, and he'd slice
it up. Yeah.
Slice it up so we could have it.
They're quite good.
Yes.
But that really is the only difference, just the shape.
I think so, because the payday is in like a flat, well, not flat, but a candy bar shape.
Yeah.
Is there chocolate in a payday?
No.
No.
It's just the
It's nougat and
nougat.
I've never
with
had one.
peanuts
salted peanuts.
Oh, check ourselves into a hotel
and have
the three of us. Let's the three of us
Let's
do
just
that.
go eat.
Let's go eat salted nut rolls for a weekend.
But if you were checking yourself into a hotel to eat something secretly, what would it be? I'd have to check into a hotel next to a movie theater and get movie theater popcorn and and take off all my clothes and just lie there and go.
Six.
It's often said that the people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah word of the day. And today's word is
Snuggly. 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 And now, to use this word in a sentence, is the mayor of Mona, Utah, Don Criddle, and his unusual son, Denver. In an atypical moment of curiosity, Denver has asked his father about how the city they live in got the name Mona. Again, the word is snuggly.
Daddy, I didn't have nothing to do earlier today, so I decided to do some thinking. And what I started thinking about was the name of our town. How come the town we live in is called Mona? Was Mona a lady or something like that?
Well, son, there is a story there. But the name of the town don't have nothing to do with a lady. It has to do with a surgeon with the British Army who come to town and thought he knew better than the folks who live here what the town should be called.
So was the town called Mona then?
No, it was not. When the pioneers came here, they settled a little village around Clover Spring.
So they called the town Clover Spring?
No, they called it Clover Creek.
Hmm.
And then they changed it to Willow Creek.
How come they changed it, Daddy? Clover Creek sounds just fine.
Well, the story goes that they looked around and somebody said, you know, there aren't all that many clovers around here. And then somebody else said, but there's sure a lot of willows. And that's how that happened.
But what about Mona?
Well, like I said, there was this former surgeon in the British Army who come down here to attend a meeting in the Ward Meeting House. And he was asked to speak because, well, he was a foreigner, and that would be something different. And Dr. McCune, that was the Brit's name, Dr. McCune, he said to folks, you should change the name of this town. Willow Creek, snuggly name. And the name of Clover Creek, snuggly name, too.
Well, then what happened, Daddy? How did they come up with Mona?
Well, because he was a British surgeon, the local folks paid attention to him. He told them, your town needs an impressive name. And he suggested the name Mona.
But why Mona, Daddy?
Well, because that was the name of his hometown on the Isle of Man.
That's it? It's an impressive name because his town was named that?
I know it's an ugly reason, Denver. But remember, he was British.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah Word of the Day.
And kudos for doing the research.
Well, the Daughters of the Utah Pioneers and the Utah State Historical Society, very helpful.
See, my mom was a member of the Daughters of the Utah Pioneers, and I don't remember her ever doing anything that important.
It
was like, bake sales and things.
Well, it just depends on what you're asked to do. Yeah, my grandparents were DUPs and SUPs.
DUPs and SUPs?
Daughters of the Utah Pioneers, son of the Utah Pioneer.
Oh.
Yeah. It's
DUPs and SUPs.
It was basically
Sup.
a fascist organization.
Basically, yeah.
I was just looking here at we had this story about Semisonic.
Yes.
The list of musicians who have opposed Donald Trump's use of their music.
Oh.
ABBA, Adele, Aerosmith, Aha, Andrew Lloyd Webber, The Animals, Beyonce, Bruce Springsteen, Celine Dion, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Earth, Wind and Fire, Eddie Grant, Elton John, Everlast, Foo Fighters, Free, George Harrison, Guns N' Roses, Isaac Hayes, Johnny Marr, Leonard Cohen. He's dead.
Oh, a lot of them are dead.
His estate. Linkin Park, Luciano Pavarotti, Neil Young, Nickelback, Nico Vega, Nick Kershaw, the OJs, Olivia Rodrigo, Ozzy Osbourne, Panic at the Disco, Pharrell Williams, Phil Collins, Prince, Queen, R.E.M., Rihanna, The Rolling Stones, Rufus Wainwright, Semisonic, Sinead O'Connor, Spinal Tap, Tom Petty, Twisted Sister, Village People, although they went back.
They went back.
White Stripes, Joanne Lemoyne, and Jack White.
Now, he was at the Kennedy Center yesterday.
Oh, God.
Who was?
Trump.
Oh, he's changing the board for the Kennedy Center honors.
Oh, it's already done.
Yeah.
It's J.D. Vance's wife is on the board. He fired everybody, and he's in charge of it.
Yeah, and they're changing the criteria for who gets selected.
Mm-hmm.
And he said we were going to have Lee Greenwood. So you got Kid Rock and Lee Greenwood.
And Ted Nugent, maybe.
He said we were going to have Lee Greenwood come and sing us a song. But we would have had to move a piano up here, and they were telling me it was going to cost $30,000 because it's a union thing to move the piano. We're going to fix that. That's not going to cost $30,000 to move a piano. So Lee sing his one song.
He could bring his Casio keyboard with him.
Exactly, and apparently people have been canceling their shows that are scheduled for there. And ticket sales are down.
Season subscriptions.
Yeah.
Oh, he was making fun. So Hamilton was canceled. Lin-Manuel Miranda canceled it. And Trump said, well, that's not a very good show. We're going to have better shows here.
Better
the
than
other thing they were
Hamilton.
going to have
Yeah.
there is they were going to have an orchestra, and I'm not going to get the name of it right, but it was Children of Color
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Orchestra.
I read about this,
playing with the Marine, the official Marine Orchestra. And because we can't have any of that anymore, they canceled that.
Well, it's mixing of the races, Gina. We can't do that.
60 Minutes and a veterans group stepped up and said, we are going to make sure this happened. And 60 Minutes played
they did it.
That on their, I think this last weekend.
Oh, cool.
The other non-music related thing, since we're talking about all this, our own Lieutenant Governor, Deidre Henderson, was upset because the National Archives are removing prominent women from, and I think her name's Sarah, I can't remember her
Young.
last name,
I
Sarah
think
Young.
I think.
And she's upset that they're removing women. The military is removing Tuskegee Airmen from their website.
The Navajo Code
Navajo
Talkers.
Code. That's the one I was going to bring up. That's the one today.
That's the latest one, yeah.
Great.
Helped us win the war.
Yeah.
Saved lives.
But
Navajo Code Talkers removed. But but Spencer Cox, you're still good with this, right?
Okay.
You're good with all that?
Okay, let's stop.
All right.
I can't.
Well, we're out of time. So
Thank God.
we're going to take a break, play a song. After that song, it is the Boner Recap. Easy to play, easy to win. All you have to do is tell us who won the Boner this morning. If you were listening, you know. If you weren't listening, I'd cheat today because they were all equally good candidates. So go to x96.com, look for the box that says Boner of the Day, March 18, 2025. Click and vote, and it'll tell you the winner. What is and you tell us what the winner is, and you'll win.
Tickets to see Counting Crows coming August 21st to Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater.
Counting Crows tickets you'll get. So there you go. All right, thank you. You have any traffic?
Wow, yes. Just after Point of the Mountain Draper, both northbound and southbound, you're just stopped there.
Really?
So there's that. Good news is Little Cottonwood Canyon is open. Expect huge delays getting to the resorts today. Please try to not block the neighborhoods at the bottom of the canyon and just know it's going to take you a while to get up there. Crash on the connector ramp, southbound Foothill Drive to go southbound I-215 on the East Belt. 2 right lanes are blocked. And just know that these weather issues could continue off and on throughout the day. We're expecting some lake effect snow later. Make sure your car's cleared off, your lights are on. Give yourself some space between you and the car in front of you.
All right, thank you very much. KXRK Provo will take a break and then get those Counting Crows tickets up for you at 877-602-9696. Salt Lake Film Society.
See movies that see you on the big screen. You do not have a screen that big in your house, and you certainly don't have the concession stand that Salt Lake Film Society has at the Broadway Center Cinemas. Let's see. They've got, you're going to like this week. I say that every week, but Carrie, you're going to like this week. Michael Cera is Scott Pilgrim in the star-studded Edgar Wright comedy.
Great.
It's going to be Friday and Saturday. That's Scott Pilgrim versus the World. And then you've got Everything Everywhere All at Once returns to the Broadway. That's Michelle Yeoh. It's Academy Award winning.
All those far out movies. Yeah.
Also next week, March 25th and 26th, it's the Check That Film. Check as in CZEH. Check That Film.
Oh, okay.
2 days of movies from the Czech Republic. They're always doing cool stuff like that. You should be a Red Carpet Club donor. You'll be a patron of the arts, helping our local movie scene. If you're going to go to the movies, go to Salt Lake Film Society. Go to slfstix.org.
Did you this building without air conditioning? I thought ahead.
How?
Yesterday, I realized I didn't drink my coffee, my Mill Creek coffee,
Yeah.
because it was hot.
It's hot, yeah.
So I brought from home.
Oh.
Iced coffee?
Well, I let it sit out and let it get room temperature, and then I just poured it over ice. But, of course, the importance of coordination. I've got the Space Ghost glass that I brought from home and my Space Ghost watch.
You really did think that through, didn't you?
Coordination. for.
Carrie, if you go,
I'm glad you have time to do stuff like that.
if you are a guest at Carrie's house and he offers you a beverage, it will most likely be served in a thematic glass like
Grimace.
this.
I got Grimace. I got Mayor McCheese.
Looney
Hamburger.
Tunes, you got Looney Tunes?
I got some Looney Tunes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Good stuff.
This is nice and cold. Thank you.
Man, I'm trying to get ahead of these medical problems here, and sometimes it feels like it's not going to happen, but it is, and but at great cost. So I went to another doctor yesterday, just to lay out the problems I'm dealing with here.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of problems with my right foot and ankle, being very painful, getting swollen. I finally said, okay, I've got to do something about this. Let's go to the doctor.
Yep.
So I go to a specialist, and he discovers that I have a fracture on the top of my foot that's probably been there for a long time, and that my ankle is no longer attached to my foot pretty much because all the cartilage has gone away because of arthritis. So
No
that
wonder it
explains.
hurts.
Yeah,
No wonder.
that explains it. He said, and I said, "What do you do about that?" And he said, "Well, we have to get the fracture on the top of your foot to heal, so you'll have to wear one of these boots. They're called Crow boots, and Crow is an acronym for something. I forget what it is, but it's essentially a removable cast, and they have to take plaster cast of your leg and custom fit it to you." And then the nice woman comes in and tells me that, because your insurance deductible is what it is, it'll cost you $1,600.
Because you haven't met your deductible yet,
Yeah.
so it's just the price of it.
$1,600. So would you like to pay that now, or do you want to pay part of it when you get on delivery, and then we can set up a payment plan? So I said, thank you. We'll just take care of it how we. So $1,600. But so I have another problem that I'm dealing with. Because of that bad foot, I tripped and fell on the 16th of
Right before
July.
Father's Day.
Yeah, January or June, and I tripped and fell and hurt my hip and all of that. So I finally went to see another doctor yesterday about that situation because it's not getting better.
That's separate from the foot.
Yeah, it's very painful. The foot is actually not so bad right now because I'm just not using it much. I'm going around on crutches and a walker and that sort of thing. And so, but the hip is just killing me. So he says, okay, we'll take some x-rays. Let's take some x-rays. And this is a sports medicine guy. And he said, I can't see anything wrong there because with the x-rays. There could be something I'm not quite seeing. There could be a fracture in there that I can't see. Let's do an MRI.
Okay.
We have to do an MRI.
Those are fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So-
affordable.
Well, that's what I found out.
Yes.
So what is your insurance? Oh, okay. Well, that MRI will be $500.
Yeah.
Still haven't. Even after buying the boot, you still haven't met your deductible?
Yeah.
I guess not.
So
I
here's-
haven't paid for the boot yet. I don't know.
So here's my question. What if we were to just take the money that we would give to insurance, set it aside, starting when you're young? And
That's a health savings
Sure.
account.
Yeah.
That's a health savings
Well, that
account.
got taken away from me too, is the thing.
Yeah,
Set
no,
aside
it's-
that money and don't even mess with insurance. Just set aside that money when you're young and just say, that's my insurance. That's for when I get sick and old. And be real good about not touching it. You might be better off.
I don't know. It's so frustrating though, and it's
Because
and-
you
and it-
need these things.
and it's frustrating
This
for the
isn't a-
doctors too.
This
It's
isn't a
yeah,
fun
a vanity
thing.
item.
This
No.
is not a. You're not
this
getting
is-
a boob job.
No.
No, although I have considered it,
This you need
and that would
this.
be a breast reduction for me.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, but I feel like I'm getting to the bottom of this now. That just the money aside, I think.
Well,
getting
and
to the
with
bottom of
so
it.
this is actually a big deal that tonight you're coming out to go to our Pulp Fiction event at Broadway.
Yeah.
That Bill has not, other than these doctor appointments, left the house.
No, I don't leave the house.
We haven't
don't-
seen him for weeks.
Yeah,
It's been a month almost.
and it's terrible. I have to stay off my right foot as much as possible until I get that boot, and that boot it's a monster. I mean, it's got this huge tread on the bottom of it, anti-skid tread.
Oh, yeah, so you don't slip and fall again.
Yeah, and the guy said, if you use it a lot, that'll wear out, but I can put another tread on it. Don't worry about that.
It'll only cost you $500.
Yeah, slap another tread on it. So when I get that boot, it'll relieve things quite a bit because I don't have to worry about, there are a lot of stairs in my house, and right now I have to go up and down stairs using crutches, which is
hard.
dangerous.
Yeah.
And it's dangerous, so I have to have somebody spot me every time I want to go up the stairs and then come down the stairs. Have to somebody kind of just go in front of me as I come down slowly. And it's just a pain, Yeah. So.
Up in Sunset.
In Sunset.
I don't believe we needed to know that.
Well, he texted in 33986 from Sunset.
Do you just read everything Ned texts in?
Well, sometimes it might be important.
Well.
So.
Because on this day, in 1978, Elvis Costello released this year's Model, his second studio album and first with the Attractions, featuring No Action, This Year's Girl, I Don't Want to Go to Chelsea, Lip Service, Lipstick Vogue, and, of course, Pump It Up.
How long is that song about?
That song is about 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's Tom Greenlee always said that a good rock and roll song should never be more than 3 minutes long. 2.5 to 3 minutes.
Bohemian
Period.
Rhapsody? Kashmir?
Well, I just telling you what he said. There's some truth to it. Yeah, you can go with your hippie jams if you want. Just zone out with your hippie jams. I just want some rock and roll, baby.
All right, it is time for, let's see, the Boner Recap game.
Who do we have to participate?
Looks like the randomizer has picked Matt.
Matt?
Matt?
You're there, Matt.
I am.
All right. Matt, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Pretty good. What's up? Are you working? Or are you just hanging out?
I am working. Yes, I am currently working, trading the hours for dollars.
What do you do for trading the hours for dollars?
I do custom cabinetry.
Oh, nice work. Matt, I'm going to read these three boner candidates. You tell me which one was the winner, and you'll win a fine prize, which is what, Gina?
Tickets to see Counting Crows August 21st at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater.
All right. Sounds pretty good.
Sounds great.
Yeah, did you hear the boner candidates earlier?
Did not. I was a little late today due to the snow, but I did cheat.
Okay.
You did cheat.
Well,
okay, good.
Well, that's good. The good radio from hell tradition of cheating. Let's go through these very quickly. Boner candidate number one. Anybody out there worried about this open defiance of the rule of law? A federal judge has said, no, you can't take those alleged gang members to Venezuela. Turn that plane around. I'm a federal judge. You need, and the Trump just ignored it, and his border czar said, "We're not stopping. I don't care what judges think.
There was no due process.
I don't care what the law thinks. I don't care about due process. I love my job, and I work for the greatest president in the history of my life." That was boner candidate number one. Boner candidate number two, so much for free speech. The Dropkick Murphys doing a concert, and the lead singer criticized Elon Musk MAGA-style hat, a Nazi style. It's that black MAGA hat that he wears because he thinks he's so cool. And they criticized it quite extensively during a concert, and so Musk decided to kick him off X because, free speech. I'm a free speech, I believe in it. And then there was boner candidate number three, stupid mixed with a heaping spoonful of arrogance. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt saying about the French politician who said, why don't we just have the United States give back the Statue of Liberty? They don't seem to like it that much anymore. She said, my advice to the unnamed low-level French politician would be to remind him that it's only because of the United States of America that the French are not speaking German right now. There are so many things wrong with that.
Yeah.
All right. Those were the three, Matt. Which was the winner?
Number one.
It was indeed. Congratulations. You're going to go see, it was Counting Crows, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. Matt, what kind of a cabinet are you making right now?
We're doing kitchen cabinets today.
Okay.
Nice.
Good. I like custom work like that. You're a true craftsman. Hang on. You're welcome. Hang on the line, and Katie will tell you how to get your tickets.
Hang on. All right, there we go.
I can't do that kind of thing.
What? Make
cabinets, and I'm not good with my hands.
You're not handy?
No. The only thing I can do certain things if I follow the instructions carefully.
Like if you buy something from IKEA, assemble it.
Yeah, I can sort of do that. But I'm not good at creating things with my, all I can do is talk, is what I'm saying.
You paint pictures with your words, Bill.
I guess. I really wish I could be more handy.
Handy?
Fix my own cars and,
Carrie's got farmer skills, don't you?
I used to.
You don't. You've lost your farmer.
I think I've
skills?
lost a lot of them.
They've atrophied.
Yes.
My farmer skills have atrophied.
Because I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, just got to leave this country, go somewhere, maybe start a farm. I could do that. And then I went, can I? I don't know if I remember.
Really want to start
you know how to prime a sump pump.
Yeah, if I had to.
Yeah.
You can weld.
I can weld.
Mm-hmm.
You got a skill.
That's right. You took a welding class, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can do arc and the other kind.
Whatever it is, I can do that. I can do that. Whatever.
Acetylene.
Oh.
I had a wood burning kit once.
So if we ever need a sign, exit sign.
Can you make me one that says simplify on
Yeah,
it? I
sure.
don't have one of those.
Yeah.
How about a live, laugh, love one?
I could do that. I mean, if you
Families
sketch it,
are forever.
If somebody else sketches it out, and then I can just burn it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be good at that.
There you go.
What a stupid hobby that was, wood burning. Smelled good, though.
Indeed.
Have a good smelling hobby. That's our suggestion.
Well, they got like lacers to do that now. They don't do it by hand no more.
Yeah. I mean, you still. For some reason, I stumbled across it on the internet. You can still buy a wood burning kit.
You can.
Yeah.
But I got a guy who fan of Geek Show who made me wooden coasters with the Geek Show logo on it. There's one on my desk. You can see it.
Just burned it out with a laser.
But it's a laser. He used a laser. All right. Let's take a break. We'll be back after these messages with some big boy news. Stand by. BigOTires.com.
You're going there today, aren't you?
Getting my alignment.
Get to know your Big O Tire. Get to know them. Your Big O Tire store guys and women. Terrific people. And there's one in your neighborhood. Should be. There are 50 of them along the Wasatch Front. And right now, Big O Tires is offering huge savings on Michelin and BF Goodrich tire sets now until the 6th of April. You can save up to $160 on select sets of the BF Goodrich tires, or up to 120 off select sets of Michelin tires.
They also have that healthy car special for just $39.95. It includes oil change, tire rotation, alignment check. Carrie, you're getting
Yes.
that. You should get maybe some of these other things too. Brake check, battery check. $39.95.
Big O Tires wants to keep you safe on the road. Get to know your Big O Tire store in the neighborhood. They are your one true stop shop for automotive repair and tires and all of that. Big O Tires. You can make an appointment online. Go to bigotires.com. They are the team you trust. Mother's Day is this Sunday. Is that right?
That is correct.
I know what you're doing. You're going to see Is It Me, God? You're There, Margaret.
Are you there, God? It's
Yeah.
me, Margaret.
That's what I said. I said something close to that. And is that all you'll do for Mother's Day?
I mean, I don't know what else. Yeah, I mean that's the one activity.
Is somebody doing something special for you?
I don't know.
Is there always a surprise? Because my wife makes it clear what she wants for Mother's Day every year, and that is, what do you want for Mother's Day? Leave me alone. That's essentially it. I want to go outside and work and plant plants all day, plant in the garden all day, and drink mimosas by myself. Leave me alone.
I always planted with my mom for Mother's Day.
Well, and that's historically what my kids have done on Mother's Day is I have a bunch of pots that I have out in the backyard, and they plant my pots for Mother's Day. That's my present.
And I don't do anything because my wife is not my mother.
But you should still.
Don't you? She has children that can do things for her.
She is the mother of your children. Aren't you
not my
grateful
mother.
to her for that?
She's
that
not
she
my mother.
Birthed your children.
She says, as a matter of fact, I'm not your mother. Do you do anything for Mother's Day, Carrie, with Sue?
No.
No, because she's not your mother.
Well,
no.
It doesn't make sense. But I was thinking about it, too, because somebody in the chat room, and by the way, if you don't know what the chat room is, you listen to this, you ought to maybe check it out. And it's kind of interesting to participate in there and
so if you go to
see what people are thinking about and talking about.
If you go to the X96 web page or x96.com/live, the chat room appears right below the video. Hi.
And they post stuff all the time. And somebody had, I forget who did it, some guy, I think, found this ad for Andy's Chuck Wagon Buffet because we were talking about it on a best of, apparently. And I probably was telling the story of taking my grandparents there for their 50th or 60th wedding anniversary because that's where they wanted to go. Could have gone to any place expensive in Ogden, which there weren't many places, but they wanted to go there. But he found this ad: enjoy your Mother's Day dinner at Andy's Chuck Wagon from noon to 8 p.m., serving our famous buffet. 35 delicious items to choose from. Andy's Buffet Chuck Wagon, 3684 Wall Avenue in the Kmart Plaza.
Oh, yeah.
and it's just a cheesy little ad that was probably in the Standard Examiner or something, but brought back a huge flood of memories of Andy's Chuck Wagon Buffet. And it made me kind of wish that it was there still.
You would go, wouldn't you?
I would go just to say
for
I-
memories.
Yeah. But I think that whole thing is, I don't even know if I could locate it anymore. I guess I have 3684 Wall Avenue, but I'm sure it doesn't look anything like that anymore. But no Andy's Chuck Wagon Buffet
No,
for Mother's
sorry.
Day.
Nope.
Somebody says, should I do something for my ex-wife? We have one child together.
You could.
Absolutely, you should.
well,
She's, again, still the mother of your child. It would be a nice thing to...
But they do have that one child who could do something.
Well, maybe the child is a toddler.
So they're never too early to learn. Do something for your mother.
You have to teach them.
Crawl over there and get her slippers and crawl back with them.
It's never a bad idea to do something nice for someone. You're looking for excuses not to do it. Not my mother. Not my this. She's my ex-wife, not my current.
I'm always looking for excuses to not do something nice.
I was pulling root vegetables when I was a toddler.
Yeah. It's well, anyway. Mother's Day is Sunday, and my wife did say she'd like some lobster and some artichokes. So
you'll make dinner.
I'll
for
make
her?
that happen.
Yeah.
I'll make that happen.
9:21, and it is time now for some big boy news and opinioendo, brought to you by...
Why spend stupid ticket prices for concerts when you can experience great live music for less at Salt Lake's coolest, most intimate venues? Don't miss Blood on the Tracks, a Bob Dylan tribute show, Saturday, March 29th at the State Room. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
Well, the Nestle company says that they're recalling a limited quantity of Lean Cuisine and Stouffer's meals because they could contain, quote, wood-like material.
Wood-like.
So is it wood or not?
I believe it's probably wood. The recall is for batches of Lean Cuisine butternut squash ravioli, Lean Cuisine spinach artichoke ravioli, Lean Cuisine lemon garlic shrimp stir-fry, and Stouffer's party-sized chicken lasagna that were produced between August of 2024 and March of 2025. Excuse me. The products were distributed at major retailers throughout the U.S. between those months. Nestle said it issued the recall after consumers had contacted them and said,
"Hey,
there's wood-like material in my Lean Cuisine."
It's kind of like wood, but I don't know if it's wood.
I think it's probably wood.
We got the Stouffer's plant down in Springville.
Oh, is there one down there? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Jonathan Majors apparently admitted to strangling his ex-girlfriend in previously unreleased audio reportedly obtained by Rolling Stone. On Monday, the Rolling Stone published details of a recorded conversation that it reported it took place between the Marvel actor and his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari, in September of 2022, months before his arrest for a separate incident in New York. In a 28-second clip that Rolling Stone posted online, the man identified as Majors acknowledges assaulting a woman identified as Jabari. He can be heard saying, "I'm ashamed. I've never been aggressive with a woman before. I've never aggressed a woman. I aggressed you." The woman interjects, "You strangled me and pushed me against a car." "Yes, all those things are under aggressed. Yeah, that's never happened to me," he says, prompting her to ask, "Because I said something sarcastically in your eyes?" "Well, clearly it's more than that," he responds. "Something inside of you, yeah, towards you," he agrees, before the recording ends.
Oh, meaning it's her fault. There's something about you that makes me act this way.
Yeah.
Not okay.
No.
Just in time for his new movie to open.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he got a job?
Yeah.
Rolling Stone's description of the recording aligns with Jabari's previous claims in a civil suit where she said which she and Majors settled out of court last November. The professional dancer dropped her assault and defamation suit after reaching what her attorney described as a favorable settlement. And Majors didn't admit to any wrongdoing. So we'll see. I don't know. It's pretty tough to come back from any of that stuff.
Yeah, he's a terrific actor.
A new movie starring Steve Carell slated to begin filming this month in Park City. And also the sixth season of The Chosen are among the latest film and TV productions to receive financial incentives from Utah. Utah Board of Tourism Development officials agreed to approve a little more than $5.4 million in various incentives toward 5 new productions scattered across Summit, Salt Lake, and Utah counties this year. Carell, along with Jason Schwartzman, Corey Michael Smith, and Rami Youssef, are all cast to star in an HBO original movie that will be the directorial debut for Succession creator Jesse Armstrong. The untitled movie received a portion of funding from the Rural Utah Film Incentive. In a statement, Jay Rose, Senior Vice President of Global Incentives and Production Planning for HBO, said picking Utah was one of the best decisions we made in setting up our film. The scale and scope offered in this beautiful landscape and beautifully modern locations have allowed us to seamlessly tell our larger-than-life story with the backdrop it deserves. Oh, and I read yesterday or the day before that Kevin Costner's studio down by St. George.
Oh, yeah.
It's open. It's ready. It's ready to.
Really?
It's done.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was fast.
Tom Cruise and Ana de Armas
They're not a thing.
have been spending time together lately, but not romantically. Or, as Gina said, they're not a
They're
thing.
not. I hope it was her publicist that said, we better get out there and tell everybody this is not a thing.
Cruise and de Armas were joined by director Doug Liman. They're just talking about a movie project. They have no romantic inclinations.
I don't know why anyone would date Tom Cruise.
It'd be a nightmare, wouldn't it?
It would. I mean, just even if he wasn't as famous as he is.
Yeah.
Rob Zombie has expressed his amusement at British tabloid newspaper The Daily Mail's lame attempts to stir up controversy over the release of his new children's spelling book. Z is for zombie.
Well, that's perfect.
Learning to spell with a House of a Thousand Corpses friends. The tongue-in-cheek book,
B is for blood?
based on Zombie's 2003 cult horror film House of a Thousand Corpses, was published by Neckbolt Publishing last week. And an official product description of the book on Amazon reads, "It's always more fun to learn with friends,
Yes.
especially when they're House of a Thousand Corpses friends."
C is for corpse.
Rob Zombie presents Z is for Zombie, Learning to Spell with a House of a Thousand Corpses friends, where aspiring spellers can learn the important words and phrases properly.
Katie, you're not having children, but this would be for you if you were having children.
With support from positive role models like Captain Spaulding, Baby Firefly, Otis Driftwood, professors, doctors, and Rob Zombie himself, learning is just so damn good. It didn't take long for professionally offended journalists at the Daily Mail to spot the existence of the book, and they ran a story, "Outrage over violent children's book featuring sadistic killers teaching toddlers how to spell." I think it's not meant for that.
I think it's meant for fans of
Yes.
the movies, and but you should thank this British paper for all the publicity,
yeah.
Rob. I mean, I'm sure you're going to sell more copies.
Oh, he's very amused by the whole thing.
I'll bet.
He's very amused. Let's see. Conan O'Brien says he will host the Academy Awards again next year. The news was shared by the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences on St. Patrick's Day. He said, I'm very much looking forward to returning to the Oscars so I can hear the end of Adrian Brody's speech.
It's a good joke.
That's a pretty good joke.
And that's how it should start.
With
Have Adrian Brody come
Yeah.
out.
Adrian Brody should
Yes.
still be on the on the
Yes.
stage.
Does
thanking
Adrian
everybody.
Brody have a sense of humor, though?
I don't know. I heard him, Conan, describing how they were, the way they were first talking about opening the show, and it had to do with this thing with Wicked, and they realized it was just too hard to pull off. Conan O'Brien was green, but then he would appear in different scenes, and parts of him would still be green.
Oh.
Because he couldn't get the makeup off.
I think that the thing that he did, the body horror, crawling out of Demi Moore thing,
That was funny.
Let's see. Tiger Woods and Vanessa Trump they're just casual friends.
Why would you be?
Why would you date a Trump?
You know who's
no, they're
been
just
there?
casual friends.
You know who's been there?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Let's see.
Which Trump is that?
DJ. Donald Jr.
Is it the ex?
Yeah.
Ugh.
She had babies with Don Jr.
Ew.
Ick. Neil Young
It's his birthday today.
Oh, is it? Mm-hmm. He'll stop selling platinum price tickets for his future concerts. He said, it's a bad thing that has happened to concerts worldwide. He said, I was inspired by Robert Smith of The Cure, who took a similar stance for the band's North American tour a couple of years ago, calling platinum and dynamic tickets a greedy scam that artists can choose to opt out of. And I agree. He said, when he said that, it made me realize I have a choice to make, and I can make a difference for my music-loving friends. So that's nice.
Yeah.
All right. That's, yeah.
Would you mind doing a little traffic here, Gina? Because we got messaged.
Did we?
About a big crash.
Oh, let me see where that is.
Here, let me do this for you. Big
Yeah.
crash on Bangerter, southbound, between 35th and 47th.
Oh, okay.
According to a listener, yeah.
Thank you, Infiniteam. Yeah, there's still a big mess down Point of the Mountain, going both northbound and southbound in Draper. I would just not even try.
Yeah.
Just don't call your boss and say sorry. The road is closed. It looks like it's going to be a while before that's cleared up. But yeah, and if you want to text us and let us know what you're seeing, please 33986. Save up to $160 on select sets of 4 tires now at your locally owned and operated Big O Tires.
All right, so we're going to take a break. We'll be back after these. Stand by.
Well, the Republicans are really after me.
Me too. I'm getting them too.
Well, are you getting this again?
They want me to run for office?
This is the third time they've sent me a text.
Really?
Utah Republican Chairman Rob Axon here. It says, our party needs your help.
Mm-hmm.
No Republican has filed a run against Democrat incumbent Jen Daly Prevost for the state house. January 8th at 5 p.m. is the deadline to file at the Salt Lake County Clerk's office, and we cannot let the Democrat run unopposed.
Mm-hmm.
Will you answer the call and serve? See the district map here.
I got it for Brian King.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A GOP chairman, Rob Axon, says, our party needs your help. Me, Gina Barberi. Brian King is not running again, and no Republican has filed to run for the open seat in State House District 23.
It seems that I think I also got something from the Democrat, Jen Daly Prevost, saying, I can't find it now, saying that she would really appreciate my financial support. Now, I don't know why.
Okay, that's
well, you're a registered Republican.
I don't know. I don't know why she would send that to me. I'm not giving her any money. I'm a Republican.
Did you see there's a woman and a Democrat that's filed to run for Mitt Romney's seat yesterday?
I didn't see that.
Yes.
She's, let me find that.
And what, so did anybody file to run against Jen Daly Prevost?
Oh. Let's see.
Now, as registered Republicans, don't we get to vote in this upcoming thing?
Yeah, they're having...
Or do we have to go somewhere?
We might have to go somewhere, so I don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that.
It's a presidential preference poll or something.
Yeah.
World-renowned ski mountaineer, environmental activist running for Utah's open Senate seat. Her name's Caroline Gleich. I should probably figure out how to say that. She's running for Mitt Romney's seat.
Yeah, I did see that. And she's a Democrat?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
She got my vote.
Well,
I don't need to know anything.
Well, I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm a Republican. I can't vote for her.
Sure. No, but you can.
You can.
See, in this state, you have to be a registered Republican to vote in the Republican primaries and things, but Democrats will take anybody. You don't have to be a registered Democrat.
And that's why I'm a Republican, because I'm picky.
And today's the last day you can register as a Republican to vote
I think it was... Oh, yeah, today is the last day.
day.
Yeah, today. If you have a mind to register. I was thinking of changing back to Democrat, but I just didn't want to go. I lost the paper that said how to do it, and so I don't care. I mean, it doesn't make a whole never mind of difference, really.
It does make a difference because you can vote in primaries. If you would like a say in who wins office here in the state of Utah, you have to be a registered Republican.
Gina, the Republicans that I would vote for, which I did, are too liberal in the Republican Party to ever win.
Well,
it doesn't make a difference.
Well, the GOP is now all extremists. There is no, what I keep hearing, mainstream Republicans. That term doesn't apply anymore.
That's why I want to go back to, I think I should go back to being a Democrat and just fight the good fight.
All of the mainstream Republicans are quitting or retiring Mitt Romney, you know?
I don't know how this presidential, I think it's in March, the Republican
presidential preference,
whatever that is. I don't know if you have to go somewhere or... We'll find out.
It says here, so you can switch back to Democrat. The Republican Party will not primary this year. They have decided to do voting in the caucuses, so you can't vote against Trump in the primary.
Because they know not everyone will show up to the caucuses. Because people are...
Yeah, it's only the extremists.
Yeah.
Or no, excuse me, the Republicans that will go out.
Well, I think I can. I think you can call the office and change your party affiliation over the phone.
You just go to vote.utah.gov and it's all there. It's easy.
All right. There we go.
Hey, Gina, Infiniteam traffic here. Roads are clear and dry in Winter Garden, Florida, where I live, and it is currently 7 degrees and sunny and no snow. Infiniteam is everywhere. You can.
I guess so. I guess they are everywhere.
Oh, that music can mean only one thing. It's time for our bi-weekly dose of wellness from Elena Wood from Nightingale College. Good morning, Ms. Wood.
Good morning. Good morning. How are we today?
Pretty good, given the weather. Where are you?
I know.
Where are you?
So I'm actually in Salt Lake today, but I hail from Utah County.
But did you have any trouble driving in? Are you okay?
I am okay, thank you. Yeah, I stayed up here overnight, so I avoided all the fuss this morning.
Yeah, good idea.
Yep.
All right, now we're going to be talking about something that I need: how to suppress, how to hunger, and how to get not be a fatso.
That's not what the headline doesn't say. How to not be a fatso.
Message.
But that's something that I need: is how not to be a fatso. So let's get into this, Elena.
Okay, so we're talking about tracking our hunger instead of through calories, basically tuning into our body.
Mm-hmm.
So using a hunger and fullness scale, which ranges from 1 to 10,
Mhm.
and 1 is like you will have a headache and you're dizzy and you're going to pass out because you're so hungry.
Mhm.
And 10 is like maybe post-Thanksgiving dinner when you need to unzip your pants because you're really full and you need a nap.
Loosen my belt.
Yeah. Hold it. I
5 is kind of that.
got a greatest hits for Bill here. Just a sec. I'm
No.
sore everywhere. My belt rubs. All right, there you go. All right.
This one was just waffle thin.
Go ahead.
Okay. So I got the scale. Now, what do you do?
First and foremost, get familiar with how you feel when you're hungry and how you feel when you're full. So paying attention to our body, and some of these cues might be things like I mentioned already, your stomach growling, you start to get a little bit of a headache. And of course, when we're feeling overly full, maybe we're very sleepy, feeling a little bloated, and just paying attention while we're eating. So slowing down and just kind of checking in with our body in that way.
Yeah, that's like my rings. When my rings are loose, I know that I have been not been overeating. My rings are kind of loose on my fingers.
I love that. Yeah, you can tune into non-physical cues as well. Yeah, pay attention to how clothing and jewelry feels on your body.
Okay.
Can help you know for sure.
Yeah. Now, what about when you sit down? Or do you have some advice to sit down to eat?
Yes. So be present with your food and your eating experiences. And all this really means is that we're maybe putting our phones away, we're looking at our food before we eat, we're noticing the way it feels in our mouth, the taste of it, chewing enough before we swallow, just things like this that, we try and teach our kids to do. And sometimes as grown-ups, we kind of forget.
So you shouldn't, I mean, I have the tendency sometimes to read something while I'm eating, and I shouldn't distract myself like that.
Or watch TV or.
Yeah. So the ideal is to be fully focused on your food. And of course, if you're eating with family, paying attention to them as well.
Well.
But yeah, putting away other distractions.
I'm sorry, I can't talk. I'm staring intently at my plate.
Try having a conversation with your family.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, what are these? What do you, when you say non-hunger eating triggers, what does that mean?
Yes. So these are things like emotional eating. So sometimes we eat when we're bored, we eat when we're sad, we eat when we're trying to socialize, things like that. And not that there's anything wrong necessarily with doing these things, just becoming aware of what your specific cues are. If, for example, when I get very stressed, I really want a snack so that I can stop thinking about my stress and just focus on having my snack.
What? You ate that whole chicken? I was bored.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I needed something to do. So recognize, and everybody has different some people eat when they're bored. Some people eat when they're anxious. Unfortunately, I eat when I'm bored, anxious, or when I'm happy. I eat anytime.
Yeah, so just start to recognize those things, and maybe as you're sitting down with that snack, just label it. Say, oh, okay, right now I'm eating because I'm bored. And you can still eat that. Just be aware of why you're eating.
Okay. And then eat for satiety, which means what, like fullness, right? Eat for fullness,
so like physical fullness.
And satisfaction. Yeah,
yes,
about that
exactly. Yeah, so food is fuel, obviously. It keeps us alive, keeps our body running, but it's also something that we take a lot of pleasure in, and we can enjoy our food. So we want to find a balance of both when we're eating. So eat food that fuels our body, makes us strong and fast and all of those things, and also eat food that brings us joy and makes us feel warm and cozy.
Okay. I guess you just have to decide
like those
what that is.
Mashed potato bites you were talking about that you dip in the gravy. Those.
Yeah, those are really good for you. Mashed potato bites.
Finding that balance.
That's balance. Elena said that's okay.
Exactly.
Little
if
Debbie's
you don't eat them every day.
Little Debbie's ice cream sandwiches.
You don't have to have just broccoli. You can also have broccoli and mashed potato bites, right? We can do both.
Sure. Yeah. I think you don't have to have just broccoli. You can have cauliflower too. That's right.
Yes.
All right. Find a balance. Find a balance. That's the thing to do.
That is the message.
Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard.
I know it.
Oh, well.
But Elena has told us before, Bill, don't be so hard on yourself. Just start fresh every day. What are you doing today?
Exactly.
All right.
Yes, start where you are. Do what you can.
I'm going to have a cookie now then.
Okay.
Right. Elena Wood, Nightingale College. You can find out more by doing what?
By visiting nightingale.edu.
All right. A pleasure. Be careful on the roads if you have to go back to Utah County.
Oh, thank you so much. You all drive safe, too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you. All right. Let's see. Okay. Well, we're going to take a break, play a song, and crawl towards the exits after these. Larson HVAC and Plumbing.
Sean, I'm going to call you. I can say Sean because we're friends. He's a friend of the program.
Yeah.
Well, remember how I was talking about my garbage disposal? I don't think there's anything stuck in there, but it sounds like something's loose.
It don't sound right.
That don't sound right. So Larson HVAC and Plumbing. Actually, I'm going to have you come out, Sean Larson, for plumbing and for HVAC because I'm curious about this. They have this new UV light air purifier.
Oh yeah, I have that.
Oh, you do? Do you like it?
Yeah, I mean, it just sort of works. You're not aware of it
in the background. Yeah. It works inside your existing air ducts, silently clean. That's why you don't know, Bill. It's silently cleaning your air in your homes, helping you staying healthier all year round. They're Rain Pro certified at Larson HVAC and Plumbing, family-owned business since 2017. You can give them a call, 801-930-5450, or you can go to their website, larsonhvac.com/
All the beautiful people have gathered. They all say hi. They all say hey, they say hi, and I'm telling you why. Because they all want to play Beat Gina.
Of course.
I'm professional game show and commercial announcer Johnny O. And I love fruit. And now, Betty Crocker announces new Fruit Helper.
Ooh.
Fruit Helper turns a can of fruit into a terrific dessert. Just start with a 16-ounce or 30-ounce can of almost any fruit. Then blend the syrup from the can with Fruit Helper dessert mix and some milk. Add the fruit, and you have created a creamy, fruity pudding ready to eat in just 90 seconds. Well, how do you top that? Simple. Sprinkle the crunch, nutty topping over the pudding, and you have a terrific, creamy, crunchy dessert.
Oh, sounds great.
New Fruit Helper dessert mixes from Betty Crocker. And now, here's a man who dated Betty Crocker for many years.
Oh, really? I
Yes,
didn't know.
indeed. He's your host, Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
The randomizer has picked a contestant, Gina. You'll be going up against Marcus today.
Hi, Marcus.
Hi, how's it going?
This is fine, Marcus. Let's toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you an advantage in the game. Call it heads or tails.
Heads.
Coin toss app says tails, Gina Barberi.
Oh,
That
Marcus.
means Gina goes first.
You are one step further away from winning these tickets to see Third Eye Blind June 25th at USANA Amphitheater with Yellow Card. Tickets actually go on sale today. You can find ticket links and more information at x96.com.
All right. So, Marcus, this first question is for Gina to answer exclusively. If she gets it correct, she gets the point. If not, I will allow you to answer the question correctly, stealing the point away from Gina, and we will go back and forth till one of you gets 3 points. All right. The topic is Mean Girls trivia because the new movie musical is opening this weekend. All right. So, Gina.
Yes.
First question. Let's see. Let's go with this one. Amber D'Alessio grabbed one of the burn book copies in the school that read, Amber D'Alessio made out with a hot dog.
Mm-hmm.
What was Amber's reaction to this?
Okay.
Was it 1, ask me about my wiener? Is it 2, my baloney has a first name, it's Amber?
Mm-hmm.
Is it 3, made out with a hot dog, oh my God, that was just one time? 4, and I'd do it again too if it wasn't for you meddling kids and your stupid dog.
Now, Katie's going to be very disappointed in me. I've never seen Mean Girls.
Oh, no.
You haven't?
That's a Tina Fey
I
project,
know.
Gina.
You would think. So I don't know.
Okay.
3.
Correct.
Oh.
What is that answer?
Which was made out with a hot dog. Oh, my God, it was that one time.
That's kind of what I thought. All right, that's a point for Gina. Now we go to, who is it? Marcus.
Marcus is here. All right, Marcus. Let's see. Let's go with this one. Here we go. The movie is based upon what book? It is based on a book. Is the book 1, Queen Bees and Wannabes? Is it 2, What Would Skeletor Do? Was it 3, I would, but my damn mind won't let me? Or 4, How to Raise Your IQ by Eating Gifted Children? All real books.
So I have seen the movie. I actually watched it last night with my wife, but I didn't know it was based off a book. So I'm going to guess number 1.
Queen Bees and Wannabes.
Yeah,
Very
that was a good guess, Marcus.
Good guess,
Nicely done.
Marcus.
All right, that's 1-1. Back to Gina.
All right, let's take a look at this one. Gina, what is the nickname given to Regina and her posse?
Okay.
Is it 1, the Turning Point USA posse? Is it 2, the Plastics? Is it 3, the Mean Girls? Or 4, the Karen Clan?
They're the Plastics.
Plastics.
I know
very
that.
good.
All right, 2-1. Now, Marcus, you could tie it up.
Marcus, what word became popular after the movie's release? This word became popular after the movie's release. Which word was it? Was it 1, fugly? Was it 2, anti-disestablishmentarianism? Is it 3, 2 words actually, streets ahead and streets behind? Or 4, mathletes?
I'm going to guess number 1.
Fugly is correct.
Yes, there you are. It's 2-2. Oh, but Gina controls the question. If she gets this one, she wins.
All right, Gina. On Wednesdays, what do we do?
Okay.
Is it 1, write in the burn book? Is it 2, wear pink? Is it 3, go to the comic book store? Or 4, note that today's child is full of woe?
I think it's pink.
Wear pink.
And there we are. Gina wins the game. Pretty good for somebody who has not seen the movie.
Not bad.
And Marcus saw it with his wife.
Last night.
Wow. Sorry, Marcus.
I promise I will catch up
did.
on that.
Mm-hmm.
And Marcus, would you like to take your lovely wife to Third Eye Blind, even though I beat you?
I would absolutely love to. She's going to be so happy and excited.
Okay, we'll go ahead and give
That
you those
makes it
tickets
work.
anyway. The tickets actually go on sale today. If the rest of y'all would want to buy your own tickets, you can find ticket links at x96.com.
All right, Marcus, hang on the line.
Listen, I've got to go. There's some fruit at my house that needs a helper.
Ooh, nice. Thank you. This day. Happy birthday to singer, songwriter, musician Mickey Berigny of Lush.
Huh.
That's Lady Killers.
I do not remember that song.
We played it.
What?
A few times. I quite enjoyed it. Never understood why it didn't take off.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Look, food.
Yes.
Everybody likes to talk about food.
Sure.
Time Out magazine.
All right.
Has released the world's best food cities, top 10 food cities, and I have them right here. And then there's also an article about the most iconic food from each state in the United States.
All right.
And I sort of want to do part of both. Do all the food cities and then the iconic foods as well.
Mm-hmm.
So there are 10 cities listed here. And you have eaten in one of them. Maybe I think. Yep. I bet you've eaten. No, you've eaten in two of them, I think. And Gina's not eaten in maybe only one of them.
Well, let's see.
Jakarta, Indonesia, number 10. Great food city, it says. Here's one you've eaten in, Carrie. Paris, France.
Yes.
Gina.
I have not eaten in Paris. Right.
Shanghai, China. Lagos, Nigeria. Mexico City. I need to go to Mexico City.
The food scene in Mexico City's really taken off lately.
Supposed to, yeah. Madrid, Cape Town, South Africa, Medellin, Colombia, number 3, Bangkok, Thailand, and the number 1 food city, and this is in the world, New Orleans, Louisiana.
New Orleans.
In the world?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've eaten there.
Yeah, me too.
Good food.
Number 1 food city.
That's interesting.
There are so many different influences from all around the world, all combined into.
It's a port city, so, you know.
So there you go. Now there's this other thing, the iconic foods of every state. This is put together by the Food Network. And so it's things like, in Alabama, chicken with white barbecue sauce.
Yes.
In Alaska, king crab. That's the iconic food of Alaska. Arizona, chimichangas.
Okay.
California, avocado toast.
Of course.
Utah, fry sauce.
Oh, I
Come
was
on.
going to say pastrami burger.
Fry sauce. Really? Fry sauce?
It's not a meal, really.
Well, no, it's just a food item. Fry. We get fry sauce.
Should be pastrami burger.
But then you get fries with fry sauce with that.
Onion rings, thank you. With the fry sauce.
Yeah. I hate going to a place, though, where you like the burger, but you don't like their fries. So you have to go someplace else to get the fries.
That's why you Boulevard Express it, Bill.
Huh?
Boulevard Express.
I don't know what that is.
You get your burger in one place, and then you say thank you, and you drive to the next place and get your fries, and you drive to the next place.
Well, then
and
it all
your-
gets cold.
And then you park under the underpass and eat it and cry.
There's a way to do this.
It all gets cold.
Let's do the promo.
Oh yeah, I got to find that, don't I? I know it's right here. There it is. Okay.
You know how when you go to open a new box of cereal,
Yeah.
and the bag won't open no matter how hard you try?
Yes.
And you pull really, really hard, and then the bag rips and the cereal goes all over?
Yeah,
That must go.
Email your things that must go to radiofromhell@x96.com.
Radio from Hell with me, King Vitamin, Wednesday morning here on X96. Except I won't be here.
Oh, that's right.
I didn't know that when I wrote it.
I'm going to go get my ear cut off.
All right. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Clean your car off.
Artie Puffkin is next.
A solid